Hello and welcome back to the Everwind Chronicles. I am Doug, your dungeon master, and we are a group of friends and storytellers telling you a story through Dungeons and Dragons. So, the party had accepted a final mission from Aedrys. They were told after the rebellion's camp was betrayed and assaulted, apparently about 9 out of 10 rebels were either killed or captured in that attack. And Aedrys told the party that basically the rebellion is done. They can't really recover from that. And so he is going to do one last thing to help them, which is to kill the king. But he needs the party to go after one who is probably a bigger threat to not just Lyrandil, but the world, which is the court wizard Arizea, the apparent creator of the monarchs, the people they've been running into with strange abilities and dark fire inside them. And so they departed on their final mission from Aedrys to get into Arizea's keep and make their way through it to confront Arizea. In the process of that, they had a strange encounter with a fallen angel of the goddess of luck, made an arrangement with them so that they would be told and kind of know which way to go, at least which way is the fastest and relatively safest, very relatively safest route. And so they made their way forward and ended up confronting some elementals that got set off as they tried to cross a room, avoiding a blind creature that was very resistant to damage and ripping them apart. But they made it through with the aid of a new companion that was apparently sent by Aedrys, an apparent member of the Eldrin, sent by Aedrys to help them. And she appeared in the midst of the fight and helped them escape through to the next room. After a very brief conversation and realization they should probably have the get-to-know-you speeches later, they take a look around and look at a relatively small stone room littered with a variety of items through it. And after trying to discern any sort of pattern or anything that seems to indicate anything special about the room, the only thing that they find being a book about owlbears that magically reads aloud when they open it. They then finally decide to go through one of the doors, and Sarek opens and goes through one of the doors of this kind of square room with 4 doors on each, one on each side. He goes through one of the doors and comes out the other side, apparently in the same room. And that is where we left things off, and where we will pick things back up. So, let me make sure we're in the right place here. Is it a dungeon? Is
if you want to, you can use that one for without doing combat music.
The right music.
Hmm?
Sorry, we're just gonna have a big technical conversation. Is RP the right music?
Yeah, it is. Okay. Yep.
Then yes, we will show the room that you guys are in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so last we knew, all these books were kind of absolutely disintegrated,
except for
the one magic book.
Mm-hmm.
The fight dolls look pretty beaten and worn.
Yep.
The mirror is
the mirror. So
just
a
mirror.
There's nothing new.
Pretty pristine though. Yeah, it's like older, but it's not like the patina's not like ready to fall into pieces kind of thing. Like the mirror isn't like splotched where it doesn't work anymore.
Right.
It seems like a pretty old but decently accessible mirror. We've got really old wine that's pretty much vinegar at this point.
Fresh-ish apples, or at least they see.
Very fresh apples for everything else being disintegrated. The barrel doesn't have anything in it that we know of when we looked into it. We've got a statue pointing. We've got a statue that was holding something, probably a sword or something. And then all of these, at least one of those doors so far returns us back to exactly where we left off.
Yeah, you went in the
One
right.
door and came out the
Came
other.
out the left.
Okay. Okay. We went out the right, came in the left.
Yep. Well, that's interesting. I turn back around and go through the door that I just came from, and
Well, then you also examined some of the rubble, which has writings too faded to see what they might be. You also examined the altar, which didn't seem to have anything
Unique about it.
marking or anything magic or special about it, except the lack of any kind of blood, which you would expect to see on an altar.
yeah. Yeah,
I think that covers it.
I turn back around and go through the door again.
Is it augury or what magic spells you did on each of the doors?
Yeah.
That neither good nor bad.
Did you do it for all three doors?
No, I just did it for 2. I think I did it for.
I thought you did it for all three.
I just did it for 2.
Okay.
The right and the center
Center.
one?
North.
Yeah.
On the map.
Okay.
I can do it for the other one. I mean,
Well, you're just about to say.
I'm
you
gonna
said you
turn
would.
back
kill
around. and
10
like,
minutes. I know what she's gonna
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Or not say.
I go right back through the door I just came through.
The left one.
Come back
Yep.
to the right.
Cool. Pointless doors. Got it. I mean, that does leave one of the door that we have no idea what it does yet.
You said there's some writing in the rubble.
That's too faded to see.
I will just attempt to cast mending on pieces, like try to puzzle piece together anything that's smaller that may look like it fits together. Its breaks no longer than a foot, so I'll attempt that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can certainly mend together some of these pieces.
Yeah, sure. If I can get sort of.
You kind of
knowledge.
get as you start piecing these together, you start realizing they're sort of imperfect. You know, you get the impression there's some wear that's happened, and it's just like I said, it's very ancient apparently. And so like when you line it up and mend it, it's like very clearly, you know, a break there. Like it's not perfectly lined up or anything like that. You just kind of keep doing it. Nothing seems to happen. Like nothing special seems to like be revealed or.
There's no like I can't make out a word, phrase. Nothing
No,
that
like I said, it all
matches.
seems to be very worn down.
Okay.
It's like almost more of an impression of writing than a distinctive, you know, ability to see anything.
Who's the back like right now?
I think I have it.
Did you check on the dummies, like what kind of damage it looked like they had? What type? Like,
You
oh,
can
this looks like a
investigate.
sword, and this looks like.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'll assist you.
It's a natural 19, so it's gonna be a almost high investigations. 19 to 21.
Taking a look at it, you see, taking a close look at it, there are a couple of things obvious, and with that roll, a little less obvious. One is very clearly some holes indicating like arrows. Less obvious, you're seeing when you get a closer look at like seeing some of the material. Although it's kind of hard because the material has like degraded quite a bit over time, and it's kind of barely holding together at this point. But you kind of get the impression some of it might have been stretched in a way that indicates like some blunt force, you know, attacks as well on these. But again, it's very, very old. Like touching it, you know, some of it kind of crumbles on your fingers, you know, that kind of thing.
And I'm gonna relay that immediately to you.
I want to start pulling all of the apples out of this container.
Okay.
And I want to see if it's a magical container that is endless apples.
Okay.
Or if it produces and creates the apples. What's going on with these apples?
Okay. So you start pulling out apples, and there's a good number of apples in here. They all seem fresh, in fairly good shape. And as you pull out the apples, the bag just becomes more and more empty. You get to the end, and it just seems to be a sack that has a hole in it.
Okay.
You know, it's tied together at the front, but it looks like it's been ripped open in the middle.
Okay. Just a regular snack.
Did we
Curiously, as you're holding it and examining it and everything like that, the apples also don't seem magical, at least in any discernible way.
Which means someone just left them. Potentially.
Potentially.
So maybe you have to like leave a sacrifice, which is why there's so many books.
Oh, did we discern what the dude's pointing? Did we?
No.
I stand right across the room.
I
You
tried.
said it wasn't pointing down; it was just pointing across the room. So it
Like,
could be
but
pointing
specifically,
at it.
like at the wall across from it, or down at the.
I think you
Yeah,
said it
it was
wasn't.
just the wall opposite.
It's not pointing down or pointing up. It's just like pointing straight forward. The statues across the room.
Yeah, it's kind of ambiguous as to where it's pointing. It's not directly down at the altar. It's just kind of pointing straight,
Okay.
across the ring.
I want to go back to the one that was holding something that's currently holding
An apple.
an apple. And Cedric, can you pull one of the it was like rickety old swords that we picked up along the way?
Sure.
Should I put it in its ends?
Yeah, why not?
I'm just gonna take one of those like
Pop a sword in it.
yeah, because I know we have a couple short swords kind of just like in the bag. That was like we were gonna eventually just I was gonna use for metal at some point.
So you take one of just a mundane sword.
Yeah, regular sword. Pop it in its hands.
So you take it and like moving the apple out of the way, you slide the hilt into the hands of the statue. And as you do, you see the hands do nothing. It's a statue.
Cool. Cool. Yep. Tight. Cool.
I don't know what else to put in its hand other than it looks like it's meant to wield something.
How tall is that statue? This guy.
It's probably about 8 feet.
Does the sword fit well in it, or does it look like it needs something round, like a staff?
I mean, it's a little bit bigger than the hilt. It's not tight, but it's not super loose either.
When I stand there, I'm gonna go stand over near that statue and look towards the mirror, like angle myself. What do I see through the mirror? Like, do I see him, or is it blocked by the altar in the middle?
No, I mean, the altar blocks the bottom part, obviously.
Okay.
The altar, goes up, probably 4 feet, give or take, maybe
Okay.
on its kind of a short raised area in the middle there. But over top of it, I mean, you see the statue, you see yourself, basically everything that you expect to see.
And the mirror looks like everything that we see on this map looks the same. Like there's cobwebs wrapped
Yeah,
around
last
this
time one of
mirror.
the things you did was walked past around different angles of the mirror, and everything seemed to appear.
But it doesn't look like it's been moved. Like there's like cobwebs
No, you
wrapped
investigated
around
that
it.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did I do?
Yeah, it didn't look like anything had been moved anytime recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like putting the sword in the hand is important, but
Why?
I don't know because he's not holding something that he should be holding. But
I feel like the thing in the middle of this room is pretty important.
sure, yes, but I was trying to actively avoid it because I don't want to think about sacrificial.
But I don't
Things.
know
I'm
if it
thinking
needs
about
to
it.
be
I'm
like
thinking about it.
yeah, maybe it's just like you gotta give a book. You gotta give a bag of apples.
Now, Bearfoot.
I mean, it's a pretty cool book, but
The book we found here, though, I don't know if it counts as a sacrifice.
I just don't know if our guy's interested in us sacrificing one thing.
I want to take out the mundane sword that we put in its hand, and I'm going to take out my dagger that what's his face made. Our friend back in Karandia, Arata. The original life drain dagger, the first one he ever made.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put it in the guy's hand.
Okay. So So you put the dagger in his hand. What happens?
What, you don't like daggers? Daggers are really cool. Take my dagger out. Back in my secret hiding place of 1,000 daggers.
You can take a couple of shots at these dummies and see if that does anything.
Sure, you wanna shoot the dummy?
Sure. I got some frustration to take out. Why not? I take a couple of shots at the dummies.
Okay. Make some attack rolls.
Sure.
How many are-
Don't
shots?
miss.
One per each one. I will not be using sharpshooter on this. That's going
It's
to be
so funny.
22 to hit on the first one. 17 to hit on the second one.
They both hit.
Okay.
The first one, you shoot it, and it actually hits a spot that's like not directly where the pole in the middle is, and it just goes straight through it and like clacks against the stone behind it. The second one that you fire sticks and then just kind of like hangs loosely as part of the fabric actually tears and falls off. It's just so
Mm-hmm.
and you have shot a couple of old dummies.
Cool. Grab my arrows and go well that. We eliminate 2 more things.
I'm still thinking about the guy with nothing in it, so I'm gonna start druid crafting a bouquet of flowers to put in there. And just because
Leave
maybe he
every
just
place
needs
better
something
than you
pretty.
left.
Yeah.
That's right. And you found it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do, because I don't know what else.
Okay. He's a very pretty statue. You know,
Make him a little head crown.
like a
Because he's bald.
blushing bride
Yeah.
statue.
Yeah. Oh. Give him a little dress.
As you do
Now
that,
we're playing dress up, okay.
Zanoa's not gonna say anything to anybody. She's just gonna walk up to the center of the room. She's gonna pull out her serrated dagger and just nick herself on her thumb and drip it over the altar.
So you do, and a couple of drops of blood hit the altar. And nothing seems to happen.
Just sitting there.
Does the stain say stay?
I refuse to be trapped here forever with a half bushel of apples and decaying books and one that can read to me in a very aggressive fashion.
What, you don't like playing dress up with the statues?
For a solid 15, it would be so fun. For 50 years, not so much.
Well, we can eliminate the north door and see if just prove or test that, experiment that one.
Yep, try it. Why
Yep.
not?
I will go and walk through the north door.
Door. You come out the southern.
Yep. Cool.
Did we put anything on it? I know we're doing the hands. Did you want me to put that book on it? I mean, you said
There's nothing on the doors, right? There's no like symbols or anything. It's just a regular wooden door.
Roll another investigation check to see.
Okay. 27? No, 25.
25.
Yep.
Okay.
Shit, I missed something with the 27.
Yeah, are you looking at all the doors?
Yeah, I'll look at all of them just to see if there's anything on them unique.
Okay. You do see on each of the doors, you didn't notice it until you really took time to examine. But etched into the center, it's very small, but kind of etched in, and it's very faded. You almost don't see it. But a very faded, it looks like it was kind of a very faded, shallow carving with like a stain of what looks like a crimson fish on each of the doors.
So that's a carving? It's not like a gem or anything. That's a carving.
No, it looks like it's like an inlay or a carving or a,
It looks the same on each door.
I point that out to everybody. So there's that.
The fuck is a crimson fish?
Do I recognize that as any type of like religious iconography or
Symbol that has to do with this guy.
Yeah, I can help you with that.
symbolism of some sort?
Let me look at it.
Okay. Sure.
Actually, okay, I'll help you out with that.
Guidance.
Did you just double units?
Double ones.
Well,
Could be like a fish god.
Yo, honestly,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like I heard about it,
Fish god?
but yeah,
Yeah.
I studied. That's about it. So, it's definitely religious though.
Inside check.
I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and roll that inside check. Oh, hey, 13.
I believe what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, she believes it.
I'm gonna look at Stoic and see if he and I can remember anything from our dreams over the time, or anything we've known that we could pull like from like the history of our knowledge.
Okay. Roll intelligence check. I'll roll for it.
Not 20.
Let's go. Let's
Nice.
go.
Balance that out.
I could only make it a 22, but
Yeah, I mean, thinking back through your dreams and the strange dreams you had and everything like that, there's just nothing about this room or the symbols, those fish symbols or anything like that you're
I've
seeing.
never heard about a crimson fish. Like,
No.
And all the fish are facing, like, there's nothing different on each door. They're all facing the same way, like, the same size, the same.
I tell you what. Because you got a natural 20 on that, I will say, as you are looking at this and you're kind of going, okay, so we spent all this time and we don't, seem to know anything about any of this stuff, and which doesn't necessarily mean anything, but like, what if it's not about the stuff in the room?
it's not about what is in the room. We don't know what is outside of this room. We know where we come from. We know where we want to go. It's not about what's in here.
We just need to believe really hard that we can go through this next door and.
or think about the guy that we're trying to meet.
That feels very metaphysical. We know how much I dislike magic as like a woof woof kind of situation. Listen, I was not born to be able to manage puzzles. I am smart about some things, but I am not smart about these things. It is not about what is inside here.
So Aedrys says, like, well, okay, let's take it step by step, So in the future or the past, right, as far as like what we know, like outside of this room, the future we'd basically know nothing except for the wizard that we're going for, so it could be something to do with him. If we can figure out something to do with that, or something that we've already encountered. Or it could be something that's just not about all these things. Some trick to the room that's not about these things.
Well, DM's giving all of us that, and we're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I know, I feel so stupid. I feel like he's giving me answers. I don't know what I'm doing.
We could walk backwards through the door with a little butterfly tattoo painted on each of us.
I don't like that. Not for 1 second. Don't put a butterfly on me.
Just for the sake of, just to check, to see if we even have another option. And she goes and walks through the southern door to try to go back, and comes out the north.
Mm-hmm.
She does it with the left, like basically just
What if
making
we
sure that
all go out
all the
the
doors
doors at
work
the same
way,
time?
they operate the same way.
We could just open all of them and step
All
through
with
them.
each other's foreheads, so when we walk into each other.
Oh,
I just don't like the idea. For whatever reason, this room does let us go. We've now walked in 4 different directions.
Maybe that's what it's designed to do, is to separate us.
I mean, we can try it all at once, walking through a door.
Which one do you like
Just have to
best?
get very close.
Give a look at Stoic and her.
I like selling the story.
I believe that. I link arms with you. I was like, should we try a door all together?
Let's do it.
Which door do you want?
Do we need to do all 4 doors then? We all link up as all 3.
No, we're all looking at the whole thing.
Yeah, I think we will just pick one and try it out.
See if what
Okay.
happens if we all walk through one together.
Let's do it.
Which one do you want to do?
You pick.
Let's go through the north door.
Okay.
Good choice.
And you and me are gonna walk in first and
Mm-hmm.
push the door open.
Right behind them.
So being very close to each other,
Mm-hmm.
you all head towards the north door and all end up in the south door.
Let's go for
Good.
the door that this is pointing at. Let's go that way.
The western door?
Yeah.
Or the eastern door?
Eastern
Eastern
door.
door?
Yep.
Okay, let's all
Sure.
walk to the eastern door. Walk to the eastern door?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you try it and come through the western.
Yep.
Do you want to try your thing?
Split up.
Yeah.
I wasn't the first one to mention it. Just FYI.
I know.
Yeah, I think we should at least try. It'd be okay.
I still link arms with you, I believe.
There'll be a couple of
I'm very sure.
He's going through which doors?
Me and Abuelita are going through one.
I'll take the east door.
A couple of us will have to double up.
Mm-hmm.
I can do it as well.
You sure? Does that mean Stoic and...
I'll go with you. And there's links arms with you.
What?
Where does everybody else go? Stoic goes south.
Uh-huh. I'm going
You can
east.
go back to the
We
west.
go north. Or we're back to the west one?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, we'll stay west.
I guess Ree thoughts on you.
Okay.
She's afraid to be alone with him.
She is not afraid.
No.
Stoic's afraid to be...
Yeah.
Either way around.
I mean, he's kind of intrigued, but he's also very scared.
That's the way we like to keep him.
Yeah.
I feel like that defines stoic.
You get kind of a mix of thoughts from her. It's like a
Just gotta get the
you
jump.
kind of get the honest, like, honestly, there's a part of it that is like yeah, no, now it's not the time to go be this loner hero, like lone wolf type. The other part doesn't really know why she's doing it.
Honestly, that's so interesting.
She's not trying to be edgy at all. Do it. I got the most hit points. Let's go.
Maybe you weren't, but she was.
Okay.
So you guys all line up.
Mm-hmm. Count us down. 3, 2, 1.
You go. You guys open the doors and walk through And it's curious because you each walk through and none of you run into each other, but still end up at the opposite ends of the same room.
And you just hear a string of it. If any of you know specifically my dialect of Infernal, you hear nothing but expletives.
Just a string.
I only know curse words in Infernal, thank you.
Yeah. Then you've heard some pretty creative ones.
Well, Boiler, roll an intelligence check for me.
16.
Oh, baby girl.
A negative?
16? Okay.
Yeah.
You feel like there's something in the back of your mind this whole time that's just kind of been nagging at you of like, that stupid angel, like, said he was going to tell us the way to go. And now we're here. Did he tell us and we just missed it?
What did he say? Door number 2 or something?
He just told us he's going to send us the easiest way.
Yeah, but he told you a specific door, right? I think he said
did.
door number
Yeah.
2.
At the very beginning.
Mhm.
I think it was the one I was standing in front of, actually. I think it was door number 2.
Are there any numbers on any of these doors?
No.
Just the fish.
Told us the way. All I can think of is that he said door number 2.
The door that we entered
Did
in.
he say anything else?
Say something about. Talked about how the room was crazy. Something about magic, right? I'm trying to remember. Hold on. What did he say? He said something about the magic, right?
Listen, you're asking great questions. But I had my
Entire existence.
taken
You
from
go forward and back, left and right again with magic. In danger, your poor heads will spin.
Oh,
You'll
it's
be
a-
lost forever until the world's end. So you'll go forward. Maybe it's a pattern. You go forward,
Say it again?
back,
It's a PlayStation
left,
cheat
and
code.
right, and
Yeah.
right again. Is what he told you guys. Somewhere around the time where he was talking about the door, but he just said, "Luck will be with you."
He said, okay, so
Say it again.
forward.
You'll go forward and back, left and right again.
Okay, so let's.
With magic and danger, your poor head will spin. You'll be lost forever until the world's end.
So go through the north door.
Huh?
We'll come out the south, then we go through the left door. We'll come out the right, and then we'll go through the right door again.
And that should be it.
well, forward.
Then our head spin and we get
Well,
stuck.
forward. You said forward, back. I mean, back is this door we first walked into. It's the way we came. Forward is the door completely opposite, the
Uh-huh.
backwards.
Right.
Then standing here in the center, we've got right and left.
Mm-hmm.
So why would we not go like forward, back,
Yeah, and then
Right.
You mean for like
north?
basically we walk north, we come out south, and then go through the south again? Is
Yep.
that what you're saying?
So it seems like we have to decide. We either look at the room objectively and decide which way is forward and kind of go from there, right? Like one is forward, one door is right, etc. Or we do it subjectively to our perspective, like
Right. We came in
from where we
through.
walk through.
Yeah.
Well, if the statue pointing has any indicator of where north is, he is pointing forward. But if he is useless to us, then fuck him.
He's sort of pointing in a corner, isn't he?
It's not about the stuff in the room.
Perhaps we should read some more of the book.
It's all you.
all right. Now that we have some inclination of something, I
Yeah,
want to
that's
do
what
an investigation check to see if there's any indication of what direction any of this might be: north, south, east, west, or
Forward, back, left.
forward, back, left,
Yeah.
right, anything like that.
Okay.
All right.
Roll an investigation check.
Can I make at the same time a nature check and see if I can feel the North Star?
Okay, that's not bad.
I think I think you probably just know no. Like, this place is not obeying rules here,
That's
so.
fair, dang.
Dirty 20.
I won't even make you roll. It's just.
That's fair. It was a bullshit question. Let me be honest.
Well, I mean, you got.
No, we love it. Yeah. That's my favorite thing in the world. I will
Fishing.
Yeah, I will fish for anything around here.
Did you roll?
Dirty 20.
No.
Nothing.
After
Okay.
walking around.
Yeah, so I think if we think that's forward, let's go forward.
Yep.
And then go back, like back through the back door.
Just from my
I think-
perspective, that is backwards because that is where
Yeah.
we came first.
Yep.
So you're saying north is forward?
North is forward.
North is forward.
Where the original south door from which we entered is back.
Yeah.
And then if we're looking north, then right is east and left is west, right? Correct? Is
Yeah.
what thinking that's right? Thank you.
And well, here's another question, because if we go forward, then we go back. We'll be facing this way towards the altar. So then our left becomes.
Well, that's what I meant. We have to choose
Yes.
whether it's from a perspective or objective.
I'm choosing it from the objective original perspective from whence we first looked at this.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's try
Room's
that.
perspective.
For the room's perspective, yes.
Let's try that.
All right.
Stage left, stage right kind of
Listen.
situations.
I can't pray about it. Make sure we've got,
Our ducks in a
we
row.
don't get
Sure.
stuck
Please.
in this a time. I don't know.
Pray away that what we have just asserted is going to be the correct directionality in which we shall start walking.
Keep in mind, we've spent a good amount of time in here already.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
took a
Look.
short rest.
Aedrys is not being idle.
No, I know.
Okay, I don't have to.
And let's just
Let's go for it. Let's
Go
try it
through
out.
the forward.
So
So-
we'll
Go
go.
through the north one.
Yep. North, and then back through the
Back
south.
through the south.
Then to the west,
Uh huh.
and then I actually write down.
Right
then
and right
back
again.
through the east. Is what we're going to do. Right? It was
No, no,
forward.
no. So it's
forward, back,
Should I look
left,
at my notes?
right,
I do.
Forward, back, left, right, right.
right,
Okay.
right.
yeah, which is going to be north, south, west, east, east.
And we're
Yes.
sticking with this key, like this.
This is the key.
It's
That's
not
what we're-
moving. Okay.
We are not moving our key. Our key is going to be
Yes.
locked into the room, and we are choosing these doors dependent on those.
That's what we're doing.
Okay. So, as a group,
Yep.
Huh?
get together, move through the northern door, coming out again to the room, taking a second to look around. Seems exactly the same.
No.
You go backwards, just going back through the same door you just came through.
Mm-hmm.
And again, seems like unchanged. Then
Grab
you go-
Sarah's hand.
Hold on tight.
You then go to the left. Again, doesn't seem to be changing. It all seems the same.
Uh-huh.
With the empty bag of like sack in the corner and everything, like
Mhm.
everything seems the same. You then turn and go back through the way you just came to go right,
Mm-hmm.
east.
Deep breath as we.
Again, same room.
Yep.
You
Should
go
we
back.
steal from this room? Should I put the book back? I have the freaking album. I don't know.
I think we're fine.
It's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I honestly thought we were thinking
Sentient
apples.
rooms? I don't know.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're gonna take it,
Yeah.
and the
Deep breath.
apples.
No, I didn't take the apples. I
we'll
put them
we'll
back.
just leave the apples.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't need apples.
This isn't Baldur's Gate. We don't need to grab a lot of food.
So then
If y'all
you.
want the book. I don't like books.
You
I will
sneakily
leave
toss it.
Yeah.
You're tossing it. Okay.
As we step through the, she's like,
She's the last one in line. She's like, "Ah!" Put that book.
Okay. So then you cross the room as you do, toss that, sending up a plume of dust and tattered pages.
does it open up and start talking?
Yeah.
Oh
Although
my
the
gosh.
Annabelle's size is formidable, inevitably it won't-
Effectively curse this room.
For the next millennia, it would just be.
reading. You cross through the threshold with the final, direction, and you're in a different room.
Let's go. No
After the DM give us enough, like, hey
Oh
guys.
no.
I used to be
No, it's
really
okay,
good
it's
at
fine.
note
It's
taking,
okay.
and then I got real lazy about it.
It's just including
Uh-huh.
flow. Sure, it's fine. So
Give everyone a pat on the back. We needed that.
It's not a victory.
Unclench my hands a little bit.
the room you now find yourself in looks like a fairly sizable kind of warehouse of sorts. Lots of like a storage room or something of that nature, where you see lots of tall shelves in rows. Kind of like the vial, the blood kind of storage room in Tilden's Mayor, but like smaller, not quite as big and massive as that. And this one feels a little less ominous. It's just stuff, like random things in these shelves. What would you like to do?
I want to walk up to one of the shelves and just get a little bit of a closer look. Like, are they labeled? Do they have like very particular, like unique things that I would be able to recognize?
Well, yeah, roll an investigation check.
Guidance.
She was helping.
But now what?
I said she was actually helping you out with that. Too.
Was I? Oh,
I was. You
7, 8 plus
Oh.
2,
2, 10.
10.
I should be the one helping, not the one doing.
I should be right.
That's true.
Yeah.
10.
Just point me. You go there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I will look for this thing.
I really should start doing that. Like you.
You
Like
look.
that.
So, well, and as you do that, as you walk forward, Aedrys is like, you know, it just occurred to me, does anybody have detect magic?
No.
All right. Why would we need that in a
No,
wizard's key?
we got the spell.
I have the spell, yeah. We didn't
I just assumed that you would have, someone would have it already.
We both have the spell, but I don't
Does
I actually don't, yeah.
I don't fuck with magic.
I feel like did Stone have that stored in his ring?
I don't think he
I don't think he's
anything in
refilled his ring.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't think
got
he
it.
did.
He's got nothing in there right now.
Stoic.
They had planned on doing stuff, but he's
Uh-huh.
got dispel, but he doesn't have detect.
Okay, that's what it was. It was
Yeah,
just spell
3
magic.
dispels. Boy, oh boy, if someone comes at us with a big spell, though, we're gonna be ready. We're so prepared
Uh-huh.
for the wrong thing.
All right.
I know the stab things.
Yep.
I can detect traps, but that's, I think, all I can do.
So as you walk up and look, you're just seeing a variety of items. Like right in front of you, just where you happen to walk up, you see a number of sets of fur from various creatures. Some of which you recognize, some of which you don't. The ones you don't look very fine, like very high quality. Like one of them has like a really deep azure fur, like a color you've definitely never seen before. You know, you see another one that's kind of a deep kind of emerald green, that's kind of goes in and out of like kind of darker and lighter, and like this kind of interesting nice pattern. You see gray, you see, you know, etc. It just seems really nice furs in this section of storage.
As I assist her,
It's a really bougie fur.
does any of that coloration ring a bell for like the creatures that run Romandor or anything?
Roll a nature check.
Oh god, no, so
13.
No, I mean, you like her. You see a couple that you recognize, like you know, bears and wolf pelts and things like that. But some of these other ones that catch your eye, no.
I lived in it. land and everything have a lot of furry creatures, to be honest. We don't have the reptiles.
So
Do they look like they could be worn, or like they're prepped and ready to be worn, or they're just there to be blankets or something?
Yeah, they look probably more blanket-like. You could take them down and see, like you'd probably, some of them are like folded and everything, so it's not really clear like what form they're taking, or if they're clothing or blankets or just pelts. Not sure.
I'll pull a couple of them down.
yeah, most of them pull all of them out, just like lay them out and see what they do.
And as they do that, just in this moment, I'm just gonna look around for any sort of other movement in the
Okay.
space.
So, Abuela, make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Bugs. Is it against magic?
It is a magical effect. It's not a spell.
Do I need to make one too?
Did you touch something?
I was helping her out with it.
Yeah. Then yes.
Wisdom saving. Okay, 17.
Okay.
25.
Okay. You feel like a slight tug on your mind, but you just kind of shrug it off.
Okay. Maybe we don't want to do that again. That felt risky.
But, were you grabbing a particular color, or you want me to just roll for it?
Something that was very bright. So, like, the brightest colored pelt there was.
Probably the green one.
Yeah.
Okay. And you?
She's not sure.
Sure.
I just like the word sure.
Yeah, let's go for that.
So you pull it out. The blue one, like I said, just seems like you touch it and it feels like it's so soft it almost messes with your head. It's like unbelievably soft, and just very fine, like something you've never seen before.
Mhm.
It seems to be just a pelt that could be made into whatever you want. It's fairly sizable, like it's probably, as you like hold it out or whatever, it's probably a good queen size blanket worth. It's whatever it was pretty sizable animal. No clue what it is, but it's a very, very nice pelt. It doesn't seem to be magical that you can tell.
And the wisdom check or wisdom save throw was from touching the belt, not from like removing it from the shelf.
Not sure.
Okay.
See the movement? Is there an exit?
You don't exactly see an exit from where you're standing. It's just rows of shells kind of perpendicular to you, so you just walk straight through to cross the room if you're trying to. The green one, as you pick it up, seems to be a blanket.
Okay.
Like it actually seems to be somewhat made into a blanket. It has kind of a greenish quality, like I said, kind of fading in and out in an interesting little pattern of dark and light green. And kind of looking at it, it does seem to have some sort of magical quality to it, but you're not sure what.
Okay.
Without an identifier or a person.
Yeah. You guys don't have, this one does seem magical. No one has an identify type spell, right?
Zenoa.
Oh, well then, this one is definitely magical if you want to try and see what this is.
Sure, I'll be right there. I'm looking for an exit.
So you're leaving them to cross the room?
I'm immediately with you.
Thank you.
If I see you walk off, I'm like,
Okay.
just look for an exit.
Okay, so the two of you move forward. So as you walk down the aisle, I'm just going to tell you some of the things you see. You see a very, very fluffy, kind of plush-looking bedroll. You see what thing that catches your eye is what looks like a gold-trimmed forgery kit.
It's gold trimmed. You don't
Yeah, I mean, I'm like,
Yeah. You see a violin of like a vivid red wood.
Stoic would love this.
He doesn't see anything.
I just whispered to you.
You see an expensive-looking leather pouch that seems to contain spheres of some sort, like small spheres. At a glance,
I have such itchy palms right now.
you see sticks of platinum sealing wax.
It's kind of sick.
Yeah.
I look at it a little closer. Is it all money or is it just gold? How am I feeling about platinum?
At least for this in particular, you don't feel anything in particular.
Don't touch.
Noted. I'm not touching anything, but like, ooh, itchy palms are real itchy.
So we're gonna kill the wizard, then we'll come back and loot this room. Is what we're gonna do.
You see, and the next section has like a taller shelf where you see a 5-foot oval mirror with a silver frame that doesn't seem to cast a reflection. And just passing in front of it seems to show kind of silvery shimmers, you know, that seem to follow like with you as you know. Maybe. You see a large hourglass with sand flowing from the bottom to the top. You see a dark blue, wickedly shaped dagger. You s-
With a dagger, that's my thing.
Sis?
I'm like 13.
You see a pure white healer's kit with gold threaded trim around it. You see a really small, intricate jeweler's loop, you know, like the visual device for examining jewelry. So you just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, is it just endless, or are we finding we're getting to the end of the
Okay.
lane?
I want each of you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
You
got
do
this.
anything. Do I got this? No, I don't, because I rolled a natural 1. I have now rolled 3 natural 1s tonight.
My
Okay.
Natural 1.
Okay, Asura.
Yep.
Wait.
Not counting the forger kit, since it is trimmed in gold. Which item do you pick up? There was a bedroll, the violin. There was a leather pouch with spheres.
This is the
there was
leather
the
pouch with
platinum wax.
spheres.
You pick that up?
Can I attempt to stop her?
The dagger.
Oh no, I want the blue dagger. Sorry, I want the blue dagger. I want the blue
I
dagger.
specifically told her, and pause off!
Yeah. It doesn't matter. I suddenly went, fuck it.
I'm gonna attempt to try to stop you, but...
Okay, do a sleight of hand check versus dexterity for you.
I better not. roll
Dex
well.
for me? That's
Trying
mean.
to beat her.
Problem is,
Oh.
No! Just a straight dex for me?
Yep.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1,
23.
19.
That's a good roll.
You guys both get late teens. That's
Yeah.
For my proficiency with
It's like-
being able to sleight of hand is real sleight of handy.
mm-hmm.
Because I got that plus.
So, Asura, you
I'm-
pick up this, you feel compelled, like you didn't even think about it. You're
Yeah.
just like, oh, dagger. And you grabbed it. And once you do, it's like you're looking at it and you're like, okay, I'll have to pay attention. I'll have to kind of check this out later. And you're just kind of like looking around the room and you're just like, what was I so nervous about? This is all my stuff.
Oh no. I don't love this at all.
So, with the full belief that this is your stuff, what do you do?
You're deluded. Like, on so many levels. Like, this is...
More
this is
deluded than
layered.
usual.
So I immediately am putting the dagger in one of my like spots.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, the pouch. I gotta get the pouch on my belt
Okay.
with all the orbs. So I go over to the pouch.
Wait, hold on. What are you doing?
I'm just putting my stuff away.
Dude, I told you not to pick up the dagger.
It's my dagger.
Sir, I know you think the world works this way, but it's actually not yours.
I physically own everything in here. I don't know what you are talking about if the world works a certain way. I physically own this. These are my possessions. These are my shelves. These are my shits.
Okay, it's yours. It doesn't mean you have to touch everything.
why don't we get back to the group for a second? You can gather your stuff later, okay?
Excuse you, I will grab my stuff when I feel like grabbing my stuff. We can go back and talk to everyone so I can show off all my cool shit. And I'm just like, grab the bag
I
of
cast hold
orbs.
person. I cast hold person.
Okay. I'm going to say she grabs the bag, and you can
Okay.
cast hold person to try to stop her further.
Okay.
Okay. So, from grabbing the bag, roll a d6 and let me know what you get.
3.
3. Okay. Roll another d6.
4.
4. And then one more d6.
Another 4.
Your intelligence score is reduced by 4.
I was not even that smart to begin with!
You then feel your, well, I guess go ahead and roll a saving throw against her for the
Wisdom saving
holders.
throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
It's a shame so that intelligence
Which is my new intelligence. I'm doing -4 from the score, so I went from a 14 to a 10.
Yep.
Right.
And now I'm rolling... so what
Wisdom
is-
saving throw
10 is a 0, right?
against
Yes.
her whole person.
Okay. And I'm doing intelligence roll right now.
No, you're doing
Wisdom.
wisdom saving.
Wisdom saving roll. That has
Yeah.
nothing to do with my intelligence.
Yeah.
Wisdom saves +1. 18.
Right on it.
DC.
Okay, what else do you grab?
Guys, I need you over here right now. I'm gonna try to grapple, like restrain her.
I'm gonna go for that really cushy bedroll.
Well, you did the spell, now
Yeah,
she
I
succeeded,
know, I
so you
know.
can try that again for
Yeah,
the next
yeah,
time.
okay.
I'm going for that really cushy bedroll because that looked real cute.
So you're yelling that out.
Yes.
Okay.
Grabbing the bedroll.
I hear her yell that out, and I sprint in that direction.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
so,
take off too. I'm leaving the stuff on the ground though. The
Alright, roll another d6 for me.
Oh boy.
I've given you guidance
6.
as we're running,
Oh, okay.
just in case.
Okay, roll another d6.
2.
You now have disadvantage on charisma saving throws.
Oh.
Okay.
Alright. Okay.
So
So now you need to do competing strength check because she is trying to grapple you.
Strength check. Okay. Can I? What is going?
Strength check.
Is that considered an ability check?
I think this is just straight strength. It's not really one of your abilities. I mean,
We're fishing. We're fishing.
and because you're trying to react fast, I'm just going to say no for now. Maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
13.
Okay.
I'm
So
trying to name
Zenoa wraps her arms around you and holds you in place, like from getting to the stuff.
Okay, and I'm like,
Give me a rope. I need rope.
let go of me! I want my shit!
so you're yelling that. I'm starting as I'm running. I'm already starting to pull out the rope.
Aedrys is going to help you here, so do another strength check. In fact, I think she's going to kind of muscle you aside and be like, "Help me, I'll take over."
Yeah.
So if you help her, she'll just get advantage.
My disadvantage, or I'm still rolling straight.
No, it's still straight. It's just strength checks, but. What'd you get?
17.
27.
She's strong.
She is very strong.
Uh-huh.
You are like a little kid fighting her. It's like,
I'm just like trying to reach for anything on any shelf at this point. Like I'm just like hands, like grabby hands. It doesn't want my shit. Give me my shit.
I don't have mage hand.
oh, darling, I know it's not as if I don't understand, but please. So, with that help, the
Hard
three of you
time
working
area.
on it, you wrap rope around you,
Mhm.
good enough to like keep you from reaching at least the
Mhm.
place. With you guys over here, I need the two of you and Stoic and Aedrys to roll wisdom saves.
Okay.
I will roll for Stoic and Aedrys.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, guidance is only on...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not...
I need to change this on my actual character sheet, right? The intelligence.
Did you roll for stuff or do I need to?
And you can manually change it.
I rolled for stuff.
Scored 7. Back.
So Stoic comes up with the group and slows down for a second and grabs the violin. Yeah, it just takes a second to admire it. Then it's starting to look at the rest of the shelves.
All right.
I rolled a 7
On your
on my wisdom save.
Did I see an exit?
Oops, that's-
seeing the things I listed, the forger kit, the leather pouches, the platinum sealing wax, the mirror, the hourglass, the healer's kit, and a jeweler's loop. What do you take?
I think the thing that would be the most intriguing would be the hourglass.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I would have gone for
Yeah.
too.
That's because the rest is like he's not that concerned about the rest of it, but I think that would speak to him. Okay, I wouldn't
Okay.
recommend people
So
here.
here's write that down.
Hourglass.
Roll a d6 for me.
Is this one?
5.
I don't know if you can do it on. You could do it on the item.
Okay.
Right.
Do a wisdom saving throw for
Well,
me.
you have to target a specific effect. So you'd have to target each item that's affecting them.
Sure. That's being
18.
affected by magic.
You fail. That's
You
3
could
psychic
maybe, but
damage.
I don't know if it would count because it's multiple items on their person that are affected. We could try,
But
but,
if the person themselves is affected.
yeah, we could try.
No.
As
I
you
don't know
take
if
it, but
that's
you
like
still just kind of feel like
restoration.
it's unrelated. Like you just feel like this is your stuff.
Mhm. So I'm trying to grab something else.
Yeah, nobody else is doing it. I'm gonna get
no.
everybody else to do something.
Yeah, I had a 27.
So Stoic and Sarek have now both picked something up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try it on the item. I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on the item he picked up.
On the item.
On the item. Just to
Okay.
see.
All right. On the item. Okay. So you cast Dispel Magic, and as you had picked up the item on the sand, the sand that was going from the bottom to the top. After she casts this spell, you see the sand reverse directions and start going like normal. And now your eyes are on the next thing. What do you pick up?
Oh,
Okay,
you just
okay,
removed
you're
whatever
right.
spell was on.
Inthras is going for Stoic,
Okay, I'm gonna
so
cast.
they're gonna do competing rolls real quick while you
Okay.
choose what you.
No, I want to do something.
Okay. 1 second. Inthras definitely holds Stoic back.
Okay.
And is kind of like wrestling with him a little bit.
What?
My other thoughts are just stupid. Sorry, keep going.
It's so funny that she rolled a 3 and he rolled a 10, and she still beats him.
It's appropriate.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So they're kind of wrestling in place for the moment.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I will cast Dispel Magic on Sarek.
Okay. Roll. You're gonna have to roll for this one.
Okay.
Am I going to roll anything?
No, they just want to
Yeah,
use the spell.
Give me a second. I will let you know.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Sure.
Your spellcasting ability, which should be +5 for you.
Okay. That's a 22.
I used those for
Okay, Sarek. You are reaching. You're starting to try to reach for something else, and then suddenly, oh, that was weird. This is not my stuff. What?
What was it doing? What Why am I like grabbing for
Why am
something?
I holding an hourglass? Like, what?
We lost you there for a
What
minute.
came over me?
Yeah,
Um,
because I was going for the magic beer next.
Do I feel like I'm still where we are? That I still might be affected by this, or like I've shrugged it off and I'm good. Like I'm.
For the moment, like as of right where you are right now, yes, you're not like under active oppression from it yet.
Okay. Alright.
You don't know if it's a time-based thing. You don't
Yeah,
know if it's a
okay.
location-based thing. You don't know.
Alright, so who? You're still Jack?
I'm just me and that whatever they've tied me up with. I'm just like grabbing hands, doing my best.
As Aedrys and Stoic continue to wrestle,
Maybe we just try to get out and then worry about it.
Yeah.
We can try and
Yeah.
pull towards the exit.
Stoic gets a natural 20.
Oh no.
So he breaks free, and I think what he would go for. What's my deck in here? You know what? I'll just roll for it.
You just decided to follow me. Mine is a fortress.
And my mind is on my money, and my money's on my mind.
He actually grabs the forgery kit.
Hey! Oh, thank you, baby.
The thing you can't use.
Subconsciously thinking about you.
Yeah.
Even.
He always is.
Yeah.
Even though we are the
We all
worst.
are. We all are.
I know. Even though we are the worst for each other and bring out the worst parts of ourselves when we try to like care for the other one. We are truly toxic to each other.
Okay. I have got, and you guys can help me remember when he gets here, or if he's coming next week, to remind him.
Yeah, I
He has a vulnerability to cold damage now.
Oh.
He's
gotta get in.
vulnerable to cold damage. Yep.
Yep.
Take him out. Looking around, are there any doors
put it
in
over
this?
So in that case, Aedrys is going to try to grab him again, which will succeed. But she's just kind of holding him in place. She's grappling. She can't do.
Any doors, anything
Yeah.
in this vicinity? Quickly looking.
Yeah,
You
I'm looking
just
for
have to keep going if you're going to try to.
Okay, can we try to pull
Okay, hold on.
pull her? Can we start trying to make our way while pulling people with us?
You can try, sure.
Do either of y'all have any
think-
rope?
I think
I
you're
have
probably going to have
okay.
to like help Aedrys. most
Yeah.
likely.
Let's go
She
ahead.
doesn't have rope for him? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, because I
can
used
help her
mine
do
on
that.
her, so we'll take yours and
Rope
tie up Stoic. And
Let's do one more check. She'll do a strength with advantage here.
How strong are you? Divide it evenly.
Not as
two
strong as
people
she
on
is.
each person.
uh,
Are you stronger than me? I'm a
I
zero.
mean, if it's an
I'm a zero.
athletics check, I can.
I was doing a strength check with Aedrys with advantage because you guys are helping.
Okay. Let me.
You would know she's the strongest, basically.
My athletics is decent if we can find
Yeah,
a way to
if
work
it was
that.
athletics, then I'm fine.
Yeah.
Otherwise, no.
Okay, girl.
I'm used to carrying small children.
Yeah, she definitely succeeds.
Grandma strength.
In general, weak, but when it comes to carrying my babies, I'm strong.
Okay. So you guys are helping, trying to wrap him up.
Yep, and
Yes.
have her carry him. I will try to carry
Yeah,
Sarah
I'm
and just
gonna
like
try to help
start
him with
moving again.
her.
Yeah. We're getting out of the space.
Okay. You two help wrap up Stoic and like tie him up, get him ready to start moving. And you notice Aedrys is like suddenly not paying attention at all. She's not reaching for anything.
Okay.
She's just staring at the mirror. The mirror is showing a reflection of her.
Oh,
She is not moving towards it all. She is just. You're seeing a lot of something in her.
Yeah. I just gently come and grab her hand. Like, we have to go. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes. All right.
gonna start going ahead because I think you guys have her and she is stoic. So I'm gonna start running ahead and try and find a door, so that I can help direct people to where we're trying to actually get
I have a question.
any exit.
How am
Let's
I?
see.
How am I tied?
Don't start. Do not start this Girl Scout. Don't.
I mean, I don't know if I know you well enough to like.
You would probably know
I would
better
think
than
to
to know
tie
how
her
to
like.
do it.
I would think to tie her like tie you up where you can't easily
Hog tie me.
hog tie you. Yeah, like get you down.
We can do her feet too. I'll hold
All-
back.
yeah, it's all of it.
Is it just my hands and feet?
Not the tail. Not the tail.
Oh god.
Should I hold the tail?
It's too late at this point.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah, probably not the tail.
Because I've not
Give it
been
the tail.
I've not been undone by this, right? This is all still on my shit.
Yeah.
If my tail is free, I've got my scorpion tail,
Mm-hmm.
and all I have to do is knock it against something, and the little latch comes undone. And if I can get enough like leverage underneath it, where I can start like moving my like body, I can serrate through it.
Okay.
Because my tail is not strong enough to do this action, but I have enough like.
How long does it take you to do that?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do to get out of this.
Yeah, and this is all very hasty
Yeah.
work.
I'm so sorry, but like.
Make a like an attack with your tail weapon, which I believe you have at your reading.
That's gonna be an 18.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll for damage.
That's gonna be 6.
Okay. I tell you what, roll one more. If you can do a cumulative of 10 damage, you're gonna get 3.
Second roll is gonna be a 19, 20, 22, 23.
Yes.
8.
Yeah.
So yeah, you suddenly like loose your hands, and you go for
Whatever's the closest.
Okay, I can just roll for it if you want.
Yeah, I guess at this point I'm not thinking about anything in specific. I just need my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry to do this to you.
You get the jeweler's loop.
Yes, perfect. Love that.
So make sure you're writing down what you
Yep.
guys have taken. So roll a d6 for me.
Really hurting myself right now. 2.
2. Okay, roll a d8.
Not at all. I really hate it out here. That's not a D8. This is a D8. 7.
7. You also have a vulnerability to cold damage.
Doesn't feel any different than a regular day.
That's about right for her.
It just means any cold damage you take is going to be doubled.
Yep.
It's already how I feel anyway.
So now that we see her,
Don't let anyone turn my mind against you guys.
see her going to grab something else, can I get and just tackle her?
Sure. Do competing strength checks to try and grapple.
Wait, can I help him? Or wait.
I mean, it's up to you. Do you see
I
her?
rolled a nat 1.
I think
She was gonna help you get
you
her.
guys were kind of
yeah.
helping with Stoic and transporting
Right.
Stoic.
He was saying
You could
all this was
probably
happening at
help.
the same time. She was doing this at
I
the same time.
started
he
to
was doing
run
stuff.
ahead though
Oh, yeah,
to
you
try
did.
and find
So
a
yeah, I
door.
think it was just a straight competing strength check.
I rolled
Yeah.
a nat 1.
I mean, I rolled 17. So
Okay, then yeah.
yeah,
you're-
tackle her, and I've got my like elbow in her back to kind of hold her down.
Okay. And because the people who have failed, except for you who is dispelled, and the other people are tied down,
Mhm.
because Stoic's not really going to be able to get out the same way as Sarah did. You guys don't have to make any further saves. And you make it through the aisle of stuff and see a door not too far from you.
Great. I will direct them. I'll tell them where it is.
Okay. So you make your way to that door you're going through.
Yeah. Once everyone's together, yeah, I'll go through.
Well, we got to figure out what we're doing with her.
I figured
I've
we'd
only got
dispel it once
tackle
we're on the
right
other
now.
Let's just get
side.
out of here.
I mean, I want to try just to throw her over my shoulder and sprint.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have.
For Carrie, I'll let you do an athletics check for that.
maybe. We'll see.
I'm squirming.
12.
Okay, roll one more.
That's an
Strength
ability check, though, right?
It is. So actually, that's a
You
13.
But you could do the guidance that I gave you.
Yeah. And plus, I also
I think that's like in the moment, though, right? Like,
I'd given it to her before.
Last
Before, yeah, it's a minute.
oh, it's a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a concentration. I haven't taken any damage.
17.
Whew.
I also had the +1 from the vials we
Oh,
drank.
yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah. And you got what?
12.
Yep. So you're able to keep her down. You
I feel
guys
Oh, yeah, I'm sure
reach
it
the door. It's unlocked. You make your way through. Thankfully, there's no traps on it.
I don't think we would care at this point.
You burst out into a small room on the other side. And as soon as you do, you and Stoic, that effect is gone. That feeling is gone.
What about all the ancillary effects that came with it?
Nope, that is still there.
Okay.
Sir, can you please put me down now?
You good?
Yep.
Okay. I'm standing in front of the door, like when I set her down, like
Mechanically, you were affected before I dispelled you, right?
right.
Okay, and that's gone.
Yep. Yeah.
What about their items? Do their items all look like they change at all?
Nope, they're all still there.
So they could be cool.
I currently am in possession of 4 things. my life as a rogue, first time we've seen it in a while.
Yep, Stove's got 2 things.
She'd be Rogan.
I have a bland hourglass now.
Yep,
So
you have a regular
what's wrong with
hourglass
your
now.
intelligence? Your
My
cold
intelligence
damage?
dropped to 10.
Okay, cold damage. And
I now,
rising.
yeah, I'm vulnerability to cold now. And
Disadvantage on charisma saving.
to get
Checks or saving?
charisma saving throws.
Yeah, disadvantage charisma, -4 intelligence, and vulnerability to cold. Stoic got vulnerability to cold. And what did you get?
Nothing. Like, I guess I rolled high enough on my d6 where I just took 3 damage.
Yeah, you got
That's right,
like, yeah, you
took
got
some
like
damage.
smush.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
No long-lasting effects I know of.
Yes.
The spell. The dispel.
Well, whatever the effect was on us is gone. Like, I don't have a desire to try to get back in that room to grab anything.
Nope. You don't. You have none of that feeling of entitlement or anything like that that you were feeling. Like you don't know what came over you.
Mm-hmm.
It was just you. Probably you're smart enough to know it was magic, but you know
Yeah,
it's
I am
gone.
so
Magic effect is.
yeah. So I'm very, very sorry for what I did in there. It was a violent urge to be in possession of the things that I own, which I believed to be the things in that room. My palms itched something fierce. Apologize on
Well, I
that.
think we all felt something coming over us a little bit. Well, all right. So this next room, it's a very simple, small, rectangular room. On the other side, opposite from you, is a sturdy door, wooden door, with no obvious lock or handle on it. On the door itself, you see 4 heavy iron pegs sticking out of the surface of the door. Next to the door, you see a little alcove with a wooden crate that seems to be full of gears of various sizes and numbers of teeth. When you look at it, you see on the crate, on the front of the crate, is like a little brass plaque on the crate with writing. So, for the sake of this, I'm going to. Oh, we're already in the illustration. My bad, I forgot to change the illustration from the endless rooms there.
We were a little busy.
That's okay, we're just pre-prepping for this.
Oh, wait.
This is my least favorite.
Where's Danny? Danny's good at this stuff.
These 4 pegs.
All right, so
4 in 1 and 3 in 4.
yep,
And you said these are all gears with different number
number
of
teeth. Yep. So do you have the visuals of the teeth, or no?
Gears.
Or the gear? Sorry, the gears, not the teeth.
Everything in me, like, as soon as he pulls this up, like, I just don't shut down.
Here, 4 in 1 and 3 in 4. So if 4 is on the first peg and 3 is on the 4th peg, 2 needs all that came before. 2 needs 3 seems last.
All right. So I need the I want to go ahead and start pulling out the gears and look at them.
Mm-hmm.
How many teeth on each one?
There's a huge variety of them. Like,
Oh, it's not just like,
yeah, it's
okay.
a big box of gears, like all kinds of different numbers of teeth and sizes.
Got it. So,
Is there a gear with 4 teeth and a gear with 3 teeth?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
all right. Well, we got to figure out which one's one.
4 in 1 and 3 in 4. In my brain, that reads 4 teeth for the first peg
Mm-hmm.
and 3 teeth for the 4th peg.
Okay.
However, 2 needs all that came before.
So the equal number of 3 and 4 for number 2.
Maybe?
So 1 and 4. Yeah, 5.
3 seems last, but with only half.
With 1 and 2.
So 3 seems like it would. 3 is going to be less than 4, but you can't do
Wait.
Or you
half of
just
3.
Well, 3 seems last because at the beginning you said 4 and 1 and 3 and 4. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, then 3 and 4. So if 3 seems last, but with only half of 1 and 2 and also 4. Like half of 1 plus 2 plus 4. What's half of 7?
No.
Does Cody already tap out?
Which is what 3 already was. 3 was 4, so half of that, maybe. So just 2.
Maybe. I'm really going on like a very base instinct here.
Of 1 and 2, and also
Math was never my forte.
but only half of. We don't know.
But all that came before 2 was 4.
Yeah. So I think.
So if 2 is
4.
also a 4.
4 and 4. 1 and 2. So 4. So
Yeah.
3 has 2. 3 seems last.
Of
The
Half of
first
what?
one.
Half of what?
half of 1 and 2, and also 4.
But 4 has 3.
How are you getting 1 and 2 and also 4? The
Of 1 and 2, and also 4.
okay, so okay.
Yep.
So it's saying
sentence,
only
the last
half
two lines
of.
were okay.
It's part of that. But that could be 3, and then and also 4, which is 1. So that's 4. So it's still 2.
Mm-hmm. So right now we're looking at 4, 4, 2, 3 with the number of teeth for these gears.
I feel like the third one is still.
Uh-huh.
But if you're also talking about
Half of 1 and 2 and 4 separately.
4 plus 4 plus 3, half of 11.
We can look to see if there's any broken ones in there, but
I feel like you made these specifically because none of us are particularly good at these.
not as characters,
He
as
has
players.
to do them every now and then.
All right. 4 and 1, 3 and 4.
Listen, my only claim to fame was that I covered the statue. That's all I ever figured out.
Great entertainment for
I know,
the
right?
folks at home. As we sit here and just like the gears are turning in our heads. You see,
No, the gears are not turning. The gears don't know how many teeth there needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot of hot there.
mm-hmm. Just lots of steam from broken. Yeah.
Listen, I've got 4 usable brain cells. 3 of them have nothing but random obscure information. If we want to do a little quiz game. I'm going to recite a sonnet for you. I can do that, no problem.
There's the potential that we are overthinking this.
Absolutely. There's absolutely the chance of this
I mean,
thing.
it is actually just like 4, 4, 2, 3.
Well, we can try it. It's a very weird gear to only have 2 teeth, but you know, who am I to judge? I am not an engineer. I'm gonna start looking through these gears and see if I can find 2 gears with 4 teeth and 1 gear with 3 teeth.
You find it's a big box of gears, so you can find gears with any reasonable number of teeth.
Are there any with 2 teeth?
Feels like no.
No.
Cool. I just wanted
Yeah.
With how many?
2 with 2 teeth. I just wanted to verify that.
Okay, I pick up 2 gears with 4 teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I place them next to each other in the first 2 pegs.
Not on the pegs, just like.
Yeah,
beside them.
like
Okay, so the first peg you put how many teeth?
4.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not putting it in yet. I'm basically
Oh.
lining them up like right underneath
Okay.
them, so I can just visually see what we have. So I put the 2 4 teeth ones side by side.
Here, I'll just help you out then. Let's see. That is the elephant. Okay. So that's what you're putting 4 underneath that.
Mhm.
4 under the second one.
Just to be clear, we're interpreting the second line just to mean that the second one has the same number as the first one.
What are you putting in the second one?
Another gear with 4 teeth.
Mhm. That's how we're
Okay,
interpreting that right
because
now.
I might be like overcomplicating it. Because it's like, okay, all that came before, adding the numbers in the first line.
Well, I was going with 2 needs all that came. Oh, that's fair.
How-
8.
When I'm looking through these things,
Okay.
what's like the max number of like teeth on these things? Like what's
The max?
yeah.
So you take some time to think. I'd say probably about 12.
Because
No,
no,
Yeah,
it's
there's
fair. It's
12,
fair.
there's
It's
12.
fair.
There's a minimum of 3.
Yeah. Currently, I'm going to put a 3 teethed gear under the last one. But it's right. It could be 2 needs all that came before, as
You
in
added all those together.
4,
and it's
1,
12.
3, and 4.
Okay, so you said 3 is
Right.
in what, the last one you said?
Yep.
3 for the last one. Yeah, that could be true. That could be a 12 teeth.
But
gear.
we end up with a odd number situation if we.
Okay, so I have a question.
Get in.
So these gears go into place, and I assume they all push into place, right? Is there a way that with our thieves' tools we could pretend to be adding a new peg, so that it isn't like a way to make it feel? Yeah, so that we can just add one more at a time to see if we can just unlock it, basically.
Hmm.
Yeah, just keep sticking new, yeah.
I would say when you kind of look at it and take a closer look at it, it doesn't seem to be like mechanical in nature.
Okay.
It seems magical. So
We could trick the magic.
yeah, it's not really a disarming thing or anything like that. I really like the idea, but it's not mechanical. So
Okay.
Yeah, so if it was 412 length 3, that's what? It's 19, half of it. Or face value, what is that? So it's still an odd number. If we added those numbers together, 1, 2, 4, that's 7, half of 7.
well, so what do you think the first line means? You think 4 and 1? That's why you put 4 teeth on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 4 in the first, 4 in 1.
3 in the fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Because it seemed like it was a logical.
So you're saying 2 is the second peg, needs all that came before.
And if
That's
we
why you
add up
put a fourth
everything,
What
Right.
if?
so
Or
either
12,
so
but
yeah,
it
so it's
still doesn't
either
make sense
2
if we
needs all that
follow
came
that
before,
through.
as in like before in the previous peg, there'd be 4 and 4.
The same
But you could also read 2 and needs all that came before in the previous line, which would be 4 in 1 and 3 and 4. 4 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4 is 12. So it could either be 4 or 12.
I feel like if we follow that path through, it wouldn't track.
Well, again, maybe overthinking. What if
Yeah.
3 seems last is not talking about the third one, but the number 3? Like 3 seems like it might be last, but it's only half
Of
of 1 and 2 and also 4.
So
One.
the 7. It's a fraction.
I mean, half of 3 is 6.
Mm-hmm.
So the last one could actually be 6 and not 3.
Wait, where did you get that?
The 3 seems less, but with only half. Instead of taking it as part of the next line,
3 isn't.
the 3 that is it 3 is half, so it's actually a gear of 6.
Empress, while you guys are doing this, she's just getting a closer look at things, and she's kind of frowning at the plaque. And she's like, it's strange, like that. It seems like some of these numbers in this poem or whatever is, has got like some extra curls on the letters.
Aesthetically,
Yeah.
get a little closer to the pattern.
So you do. For the sake of this, I am going to give me a second to switch these out. I'm going to highlight the ones that have the extra extra details here.
1, 4, 2, 3.
Give me a second. I'll get rid of the first one here.
Seems like maybe the underlined ones are the actual pegs. 4 and 1, 3 and 4.
Okay.
2 needs all that came before, so that's 4.
So that could be 8.
3 seems last.
So I think it's 7. Oh wait, 7.
I think number 3 is 2. No, it can't be 2 because
Can't be
half
2.
of 1 and 2, and also 4. Half of 1 is 2. Half of 2 is 2. Maybe that's 4. Maybe we're adding 4.
Yeah, and also 4. That's what I was thinking.
And so it's actually 8. Two.
Yeah, I don't mind 8.
We have, if
Half
we're
of
if we're
one,
saying
which is
1
2.
and 2 are 4 and 4,
But they're
Plus
half of
4.
those. It's half of those, but only
Yeah.
half of 1 and 2. Yeah,
so 4 plus 4.
which is 8. Yeah. What? No, it's just maddening. I'm not gonna.
I'm like ray tracing myself. I'm like, how did I even get 12? Like, what? Okay.
12 was
I'm-
4 plus
yeah,
3
yeah.
plus 1 plus 4.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe you guys are right about the. Because I was adding all of the first line numbers to get to, but I don't think this will do.
Yeah.
If it was that way, it would still make sense, though. Technically, it would be 12, right?
Yes, I know. That's exactly how we got it the first time around. And then the question was, is 3 the answer for peg 4, or is 3 the half of the answer for peg 4, which would be 6?
Plus 4, plus 4.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
No, plus 2, plus 4.
1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1.
Plus one.
How many bullets have I left in this guy?
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Which is 12.
Oh, good.
I mean,
Should we try something?
we're at the point where we might as well try something, see what happens. You guys good with
Let's have a quick plan B, okay? If something goes, if it's wrong, we need a quick switch up. Maybe. If that's
so
possible.
before we do anything
If
else,
it immediately gasses us in.
I'm gonna start looking around this room and see. I want to see if there's anything that, not looking for answers to this, but what can screw us over when we get this wrong. When we get this wrong, not if we get this wrong.
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll an investigation check.
Yeah, yeah.
The most correct thing ever. When we fuck up.
Uh huh. What's going to hurt us?
Mhm.
Yep.
No.
Natural 1.
What is with all these natural ones today?
I don't
Seems
like
to be
it.
a blank stone room.
Yep.
We're gonna be fine.
Hey guys, we're gonna be fine here, so we can just try something and see
Yeah.
where.
Okay, so what did you commit for the third peg?
What did we say? 8.
Yeah. I
Yep.
think.
Okay, this is what I have. Wait, the 2 backups I have is a 12 and a 6 under 2 and 4.
How did we get the 6?
Because it was double. Because it was double. Because
Okay.
it's like, if you say that this is half, of like 3 is only half, then 3 is actually 6.
Okay, so
Is that what we want to do?
who is going to put stuff on the pegs?
Y'all stand back.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna be right there with you.
Guidance.
Thank you. Dear Lord.
Like to point out that I just lost 4 points in intelligence. Oh my gosh, this puzzle.
Only Eldris.
So you have
Yeah. So if I
One more,
fuck this
I think.
up, it's because I'm not as smart as I was just a few moments ago.
Okay. So, you take the first cog with 4 teeth, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
On the first.
Uh-huh.
It's the only one I think we're sure of.
Why just that one be the one that's
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
So you put it on, he slides into place. Nothing happens.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, you put up another 4-tooth cog on the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. You slide that into place. Nothing happens.
Uh-huh.
Right now, this is the one. This is.
Mhm.
What do we commit
So
to?
you're
8 was it? So?
Eight is what you're doing?
8 is what we're doing.
Okay.
Let's own our stupidity, guys. Let's do it.
So you take an 8-tooth cog, slide it on. It slides on. You see it sort of like slide back off, clunk down onto the floor, and as it does, you see darts seem to materialize out of the air and shoot you.
Okay.
So I need you to make a dex save.
I'm guessing because I'm beside her that it also is going to. I'm going to have to do the same thing, or is it just going directly for her?
It's just for the person who put it on.
Okay, got it.
So dexterous.
Fail.
Oh.
So, you are going to take 2 piercing and 10 poison damage.
2 and 10.
As these darts shoot into you, you feel poison being injected into you, and then the darts just dissipate.
12 still on the table.
Yeah, but we originally had 12 set on the second pick. It seems like our first 2 picks are correct.
No, I thought I had 12 on number 3. Where am I getting this stuff? Hold on.
You have 12 on 2 because 2 needs all that came before. 4 plus 3 plus 1 plus 4.
No. I switched it up. I
Oh.
I had a different 12.
Okay, then that's
No.
not
Hold on. 3 seems last, but with only half of 1, 2. Okay, so our 1 and 2. Oh, this was if I committed to the 12 and the number 2. So never mind. That didn't work. Yeah, it would have been 12 again, I think, somehow. Never mind. So 6.
Yeah, that's a good other option.
Like 5 different theories. Just, they're blurring together.
Yeah,
So I take out the 4s and I put something else. Okay, 6.
So
Yeah.
try for your 6.
6.
Yep.
So we're taking a 6 tooth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to actually do it.
No.
Poison resistance.
And how much HP?
68.
Get in here.
68?
Whole all of it. As I said, I am a very fragile glass cannon.
Also, I don't think you're doing well, just in general. You look great, but internally I sense there's
Suffering.
some, yeah.
Profound.
Alright, so you're putting a 6 tooth cog on?
6.
From the third one? You take it on there, slide it on. It stays.
Alright, good job, guys.
Okay. Well, then the last one was the 3 or the 6.
Where did we get 6?
If it doubles. But do 3 first.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do 3.
3. Okay. Slide it on there. Slides into place. And then the door.
Hey, good job, guys.
Hey, not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah.
That took
See? That's fine.
way longer than it should have.
No, you did it. You did great. You had the.
I get a participation award.
Good job, team. High fives all around.
We got it.
Okay.
My brain hurts.
You open the door. You push open the door and find yourself out in a hallway, kind of immediately hitting a T in a hallway with like a little sign that has directions. To the right, it says libraries, and to the left, it says laboratories.
Did he say anything about breaking out in relation to watching you go spinning round and round?
No.
No. But as you read
Yeah, we
it,
did that. I think we did that.
as you read it, you get the distinct feeling that laboratories feels right.
Who, everybody? Everybody feels that way?
Yeah. Well, I should say, except for you, everybody.
Oh, because we drink bottles. Yeah.
Dexter's laboratory.
I mean, yep.
Feels good to me.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay. That's where we're going to take a break.
Hey.
So, we will be back in about 10 minutes.
Yep.
See what the laboratories hold in store. So, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Hope you had a good break. So, as you guys follow the sign headed towards the laboratories, you follow down this hallway and find yourself going through a door, or, well, I should say, you come across a door that is partially open. What would you like to do?
Stop. Collaborate and listen.
Agree.
Well, now that you've done that.
SCL.
I'm gonna listen to hear if I can hear anything in the room that's going on. Perception check. 23.
Okay.
I'm so
Oh
scared.
yeah, the creepy dude from
Uh-huh.
I'm
before.
so scared of him.
So you're observing. You're trying to peek through, or
I'm
just
trying. No,
listen?
I'm trying to listen to any sort of movement of any kind, clinking, clanking,
Uh-huh.
whispers, grumbling stomachs.
Okay. As you do, as you take a moment to listen, you hear the sound. You hear a few kind of ambient sounds of like hissing and some bubbling. Like maybe the sound of boiling of some kind. And you do hear a clink, and then you listen, and you do hear various noises. You pretty sure sounds like somebody doing something. As you listen, you would guess it's only one, but you're not entirely sure until you look. But you just hear what sounds like somebody doing something here.
There's at least one person.
Sure, I'm gonna use my arcane eye.
Okay. So, you take a moment and you cast Arcane Eye.
Wait. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I want to do that.
Okay.
Retract that. Nope. I don't want to say anything out loud. Learn my lesson with the freaking abomination. Yeah.
I'm gonna, as gently as I can, make just enough opening in this gap for us to start to like kind of sneak in, so I can get a better eye on what's happening.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
Do I still have your stuff, or is that been gone by
How
now?
long has it been since I probably cast Pass Without Trace? That was when we first were in the hallway.
I think it's going to be gone by now
Okay.
because you guys took some time to do. You took quite a bit of time in the endless rooms with all
Oh,
the ritual
we also-
spells and everything.
we also did the short
and,
rest.
Yeah, the short rest.
Yeah.
And, yep. It's been a while.
Is it just you going or we all going?
I don't know, but I rolled a net,
Let's go.
so that's gonna be a 34
Okay.
for stealth.
Slipping into the room, you see a pretty large room with rows of tables, collections of tables all across it. You see just tons of vials and beakers and bottles and ingredient storage shelves and various things in various states of, some of them bubbling, some of them just kind of sitting inert, some of them a lot of them empty, just like a lot of in progress work. You get the impression a lot of people work in here, but maybe because it's the middle of the night, you don't. One of the first things that hits you is just an acidic, pungent smell that kind of gives you a slightly lightheaded feeling. You get the impression that, like, without some sort of breathing protection, if you stay too long in this room, not like imminent, but like if you stay too long in the room, you might start seeing effects from who knows what. It's a very strong odor of all these chemicals and things. Amidst the tables in the room, a couple of rows in, you see a humanoid figure that looks like half human, half lizard. Or maybe snake or lizard or something. You're not sure exactly, but just kind of greenish scales with kind of a sharper head, which is kind of very simple greenish robes, working at one of the stations, like one of the tables, doing things. Doesn't seem to have noticed you.
First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab those fabric things that I made when we were out in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull that up and
For the sandstorm, yeah.
Yeah, and basically cover
Okay.
my face to kind of protect my nose and mouth.
Okay.
Especially if I'm like feeling a little dizzy from breathing. Second thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my hand on my tattoo and put my hand over my mouth to hopefully muffle some sound.
Okay.
And just in the like gentlest whisper I can muster, I'm just gonna say, "One inside. I'm going for him." Like basically like one inside, I'm going for him.
Okay. Didn't seem to get any reaction.
Okay. And then before I go, I'm just gonna say, "Cover your face." And then I'm gonna try to start to like slowly creep in a way that I can like get behind him,
Mm-hmm.
out of his line of sight.
Okay.
Can we see you?
I don't know. Can you?
Can you see her?
Yeah.
Not if she doesn't want to with a blood natural 20.
That's true.
That's fair.
While you're doing that, I will quietly, from where we were, relay what you said, because they can't hear you.
Okay, so are you waiting on the other side of the door?
Yeah, and I'll relay that and tell everybody to mask up.
Okay.
She'll give us a sign when to go in. This isn't whispered, but just so people can hear us.
Okay. Are you trying to creep up to attack him?
Ideally, I'd like to knock him unconscious, like a non-fatal blow.
Okay.
But my goal is to sneak attack him and then clobber the fuck out of him.
Okay. One quick note, I think you would know if you're doing sneak attack with like your assassinate and all that kind of stuff, even with you trying to like non-lethally, if you hit somebody too hard, it's like you can risk that. So you got to kind of weigh, do you want to go for the damage and risk killing him if he's not strong, because you don't have any idea how strong this guy is, or try to go non-lethal but risk not getting him out in the first round. So what would you like to do?
I don't know how I feel about preservation of life right now. Because he doesn't seem...
Preservation of our lives.
Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. And I'm gonna use assassinate and hope that I have a light enough hand.
Okay. So, you stealing in there soundlessly, even though you don't have your silent boots anymore. Just keeping low, using the tables as cover, working your way around. You reach the row next, before him, and then wait as you watch him work, watching his patterns, watching what he does. And then as he moves kind of to the end of the row, giving you enough angle, you move around the edge of the table to, down one of the center aisles between tables, reach up there and go for him. So
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Maybe I don't. Just rolled 2 4s.
okay.
That's gonna be 13 to hit.
That hits.
And it's a sneak attack, which means...
Uh-huh.
But it's using the back of my dagger.
And it's your assassinate. He doesn't know you're there, so
Yep.
it's going to be doubled.
Yep, I know.
Uh-huh. Go for it.
It's not great.
2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 17, 18, doubled.
36.
36 plus 4.
40.
So 40.
Dang.
And those are some low rolls.
That was rolls.
So you, in just one click blur of silent motion, dash up and just hit him with the back of your dagger, and you hear a very clear crack of his skull as you even feel your dagger, like the hilt, sink into his skull a little bit. As he and then collapses onto the ground as you have quadrupled his 10-point hit points of damage.
Oh no.
He is very dead.
Well,
I just slowly start to wipe my hand from the whatever brain fluid I might have accidentally. I'm just feeling real icky about this, but also there's that part of me that's like, I do love a close quarter kill. it's that sick feeling. The reason I don't do it often.
Very well executed for.
Yep. And then I just very gently tap onto my tattoo again. And I just go, all clear? But
Okay.
actually, before I say that, I'm gonna.
Yeah, roll a
Look around.
perception check for
Thank
me.
you. Question, because I can't roll lower than a 10. But I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, crit fail's still a crit fail.
Yep.
I have rolled so many ones tonight.
So
There's been a lot worse tonight.
you don't see anything additional for what you're seeing. You're just kind of distracted by all the craziness, like all the. There's just notes and vials, all kinds of stuff all around. And you're just kind of go, what is this? What's dangerous? What's not? You know, like kind of distracted by the chaos of what's going on. So you give the all clear to the group, and you guys make your way in.
In we go.
Okay. So, you guys make your way in, and now I won't even make you roll for it because it's obvious and passive perceptions without the focused action. You guys also, in addition to seeing all the things that I just narrated for her, you also see kind of at the far end of the room, along the wall, you actually see a series of alcoves and rooms. That's you see from this distance. You can see that each one has what looks like a pedestal with a tome on it, kind of in front of each one. But you'd have to get closer to see any detail about what they are or anything like that. I will say for you two in particular, since you're druid and you're skilled in herbalism, you know, you obviously recognize this as a place that is experimenting with a lot of probably primarily magical substances, potions and other salves and all kinds of other things. So you are seeing a mix of ingredients as well as notes on research and things of that nature, as well as potions themselves. So depending on so I guess the first question is if you are wanting to take a closer look at any of that, and if so, what you are going to be looking for. And then additionally, whether anybody is going to go try to take a look at any of the stuff on the, you know, those alcoves and rooms on the other end.
I'm very curious about them.
Grabbing all his notes that was in front of him, that he was whatever he was working on.
Okay.
Like on the table that he was at, I just put them in my pocket.
Let's do this then. Roll. Let me do. Okay, roll a 1d10. I mean 1d8. Sorry. Nope, I am stupid. 1d6. I'm sorry. I'm looking at I mislabeled my own note here. So
6.
1d6. Okay. Taking the briefest glances, it seems to have something to do with, like, you're seeing a couple of notes saying something about poison, but you'd have to take some time to.
I'm just gonna.
Honestly, it'd probably take somebody skilled in such things to. Well, maybe, yeah, maybe.
But I'm just pocketing it because I'm feeling real guilty right now about killing this man.
Are you skilled in herbalism or alchemy? Are you skilled in alchemy or herbalism?
No, but I have poisoners kits and things because my skill of like assassination
Yeah.
includes poison.
Okay. Yeah, possibly. But either way, it's going to take time.
Yeah. Also, I have Aedresa. I'm in a Aedresa Aedrys, who's very knowledgeable of poison.
That is true.
So I was going to use her. I am not going to spend too much time on it because I am feeling awful guilty for what I did. But also, like, not guilty at the same time. It's a gray area feeling. And I'm going to check his body to see if he has, like, any sort of keys, any sort of notes, any sort of thing that, like, gives him the ability to maneuver through this space.
Okay. I won't even make you roll for it. You look through his body, and it is just robes and nothing else. Like, you almost get the impression of, like, you don't know if it's either because of some of the work that he's doing that he's cleared stuff off his body, or if it's because he's made to keep everything clear for whatever reason. But he has absolutely nothing but the robes he's wearing.
I got the stuff in my pocket, and yeah. Does it look like anything like poison he's completed at his station?
I don't think you would know. You've got the notes, so you'll theoretically be able to work out something what he was working towards.
Yeah, I just didn't know if he had like a quirked completed.
No, nothing obvious that stands out as completed. There are some that have some liquids in them, but you're not sure if they're partial or at different stages or anything like that. It's tough.
Just wanted to gauge if there was like a very clearly annotated like this is completed poison. Well, then that's good.
Okay. What else is everybody else doing?
I was wanting to look at the potions. Yeah.
Okay. Roll an investigation check. And I should say, for these checks, obviously it takes time to look through and see, find anything that stands out. So for each check you make, it's going to take a certain amount of time.
And I don't know if I need to like take my own turn doing this. I would basically do the same that she's doing.
Looking for completed potions.
I could just help you.
I mean, I don't know how your investigation is. Mine's pretty good. Okay, yeah, you can help me.
Yeah,
I also I think you said there's like there's just stuff everywhere, ingredients for stuff. I also want to look at like maybe.
Here, we'll make this simple. You can either one or both, but it, like as a investigative action, so to speak, with a unit of time. You can spend that time looking for one of two things. You can look for ingredients and possible recipes, or completed potions. Trying to find something along the lines of completed potions.
I like recipes. I'm a cook.
There we go. That's what we'll look for.
Okay, so recipes and ingredients.
Oh, we can do.
You're gonna both look for them. It'll be
we
independent rolls for like what you're doing.
I mean, I can help you do that if it's a better chance for us to get more stuff with the recipes.
I mean, it'll be better. It's not gonna be an advantage thing. This is gonna.
Okay, then I'll
it's a
look for
little
the
bit
other thing.
Unique mechanic here.
I'll look for the other thing. That's all you.
The
Go
completed
recipe,
potion?
girl.
Guidance.
Okay. Guidance. You're welcome.
That's how we're helping each other.
Mutually assured guidance.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So that's 20 minus 1, 19.
Okay, so 19. So with the 19, roll a 1d6.
6.
Okay. With a 6. Okay. So you get a recipe. So based on that roll, it's just the recipe. But you find something called a potion of dragon's majesty. Recipe.
Okay. Do you have any idea of what does it say anything about like what it does? Or can I glean what it does based on the ingredients?
Yeah. So you don't have the ingredients yet.
That's fine. Yeah.
So this is a potion that looks like liquid gold, but with, or at least the illustration on the recipe is in color. It's like this golden kind of color, and you see something floating in the middle of it. And it basically, you'll have to look through these very complex notes, and this is one of the most complex recipes you've ever seen. But at the very top of it, it says for draconic transformation.
Lovely.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
Could literally
Roll your investigation check.
Also, because that just reminded me, the blessing of draconic strength that I have, I don't have I don't know what it does, because I think you said you were gonna like put it in or something, because it's like not a real thing on here.
Anyways, just I forgot about that.
Okay. I will have to find when did you get that?
when you got kissed on the forehead.
Yeah.
Yep. By Russian's dragon.
What's this giant
Ether.
That's right.
Yep.
Ether, give a little kissy on the forehead. Oh, look, I was a stupid boyfriend.
All I got was love.
Yeah, but she revived it.
I know. No. Believe me, that was 100% a joke.
Okay. I'm gonna have to find that note
That's fine.
later.
Okay, I got
on if it
25.
comes up here, so.
That's some good potions.
Oh. I'll let you know so you can write it down at least. Is you can reroll a strength save once per day.
Okay.
That's not familiar.
Yeah, I think it would say it. Okay, so what'd you get on there? Investigation.
Yeah, no one let me investigate anymore.
25.
Some of you are just like, I don't know, is this?
Yeah.
All right.
Looks like that would be.
Roll a 1d6.
3.
Get 3. Okay. You do find a kind of light, kind of lilac spell potion, and some notes nearby that seem to indicate that it will give you the effects of a levitate spell for an hour.
Cool.
Nice. And you said there was an alcove area?
Mm-hmm.
With
Several.
Several.
There's like a wall that's just a series of rooms and alcoves that you can go check out if you'd like.
Yeah. I'll go take a look at those. Yeah.
Okay.
Investigation.
Well, I'll just narrate what
Okay.
you see for now, and then you can kind of decide if you want to do anything with any of them.
Sure.
So, the first one you see a door leading into a room, and above the door you see a sign that says memory drain.
Sounds familiar.
You actually, the door itself has a kind of a glass viewing port, and looking in, you see a stone table with restraints on it. You see on the walls at a certain point in the room runes of some kind. And you see at the far end of the room this dark red ooze, like kind of mound of ooze that's like roiling and pulsing and kind of rolling with like these face shapes like kind of pushing out and coming back in at the end.
It's actually just ectoplasm. If we just play some really happy music, we'll be fine.
There is a tome that you can check out if you'd like, next to the door.
A tome? Yeah, I'll grab it. Why not?
Okay.
Jesus
Taking a look at it. Taking a very quick look at it. It seems to be something used in some other process for clearing of unwanted memories when necessary. And instructions for activating fire runes to keep the creature inside at bay when finished with the process.
So that creature's behind those runes, and it's essentially what I'm taking is that it's
It's essentially
a
used.
prison for.
It's essentially, you get the impression they strap down someone on that table. The creature comes and does its thing. Then they use the fire runes to drive it back.
Yep.
So they can retrieve the subject.
That sounds awful. I'm just gonna back out of that room. I think I'm good. Feel accomplished on that one. Go to the next one.
Okay. The next one. The next one, you see a room that says physical exchange experiments for recovery. And assuming you look at the notes.
Yeah.
At the first of the top, it just says hypothesis. Magic is able to magnify and reduce properties. Therefore, it should be possible to reduce a minor physical property in exchange for greatly magnified healing effects. Status Alpha. Early tests prove link. Further iterations needed to tune in detriments and benefits. And you see, it's like this one is an alcove. It's not like a room, so it's just open. And you see a much smaller workstation with a variety of. There are some ingredients, but there's more symbols in like a erasable, like kind of chalk. It's like a slate covered desk with like chalk used with all these kind of complex symbols on it. And you do see a couple of completed potions. So you can take time to read notes, or if you just want to leave alone and move on.
I just want to grab the notes and the potions and go to the next one.
You can.
Yeah, I think I would do that.
Okay.
Just stuff them in the bag of holding for right now, and we'll get to that later.
Okay. Just make a note there.
Especially the one you described, the last room. I'm like, this is painting a much clearer picture of how they fucked with those people. Potentially.
The third one you see, another alcove. When I say alcove, I mean like they're kind of like these semicircular kind of half rooms set off from the room. When you walk up to this one, you get the distinct smell of brimstone. Like this pungent, sharp smell hits your nostrils. You see on a pedestal in the middle of this alcove, on this pedestal is a red velvet cushion with a set of spurs, like boot spurs, that are black and kind of smoking on it.
Larry, this is really bad.
So the notes for this room.
For the water.
Yeah.
The notes for this one says, nightmare successfully bound. Striking spurs or running them through blood summons it for one day until it or the rider dies. Must act as an ally, but is unwilling, therefore requires a disciplined rider. Further notes, next phase, begin experimentation on adapting for Pegasus and Lightmare binding.
This sounds so cool.
So
To the
cool.
back of this
Terrible, but
to the
cool.
back of this alcove, you see there's another room set off from the center of this alcove where you can see there's like this faint shimmer, like glass, but it's obviously some sort of magical force. And on the other side of it, you see a Pegasus watching you.
Not doing anything but watching me.
Yeah, very clearly like alive, but just watching.
This became a rescue mission.
Don't tell Stoic there's a Pegasus in the room. Don't tell Tara there's a Pegasus in the room either.
Change of plans.
Yeah.
This is now our sacred mission.
Oh man. So it's behind glass.
It's not really glass.
Okay.
You get the impression it's some sort of magical force of some sort. You're just not like sort of magical boundary. It's just clear like
Okay,
glass.
got it.
But you're seeing just this faint shimmer to it that's
Picturing
indicative of
the
something.
horse scene from The Cell. Cell.
I want to take a look around the cell area, and is there like, are there runes that are what's projecting this barrier?
You actually don't see anything on at least on this side.
Okay.
Just blank stone.
Does the Pegasus look like it's whatever, friendly, or just like there and intrigued, or
Roll an insight check. Or animal handling. I'll let you choose.
You're quiet.
they're the same?
It's still insight, but I'll let you. Yeah.
Nope, that's a 9. Don't do much.
Okay. Yeah, not really sure on Pegasus body language.
Yep. That's fair.
But it is watching you intently. But you don't really know, you're not really able to tell what state it's in, what's going through its mind, what its mindset is, anything like that.
So it's kind of, I'll be back in a moment, and then I leave because there's not much I can do.
Okay. There is one more offshoot if you want to check
Yep.
it out first.
Let's go ahead and check that one out.
Okay. This one you see is an open, like, there's no door, but it's a set of stairs that go down. You see notes on this one. Again, another pedestal with a tome. And you see another complex set of notes, but at the front you see experimentation notes. While counterintuitive to what one would expect to be able to harvest from such a destructive creature, secret knowledge acquired from beyond the known plane seems to indicate that consumption of the heart tissues of the creature can heal disease, even those of magical natures.
Oh, I'm reading those. Hardcore reading those. I mean, let me do this, because there's going to be a little bit of conflicting priorities here. I want to skim through it really quick, flip through the notes, and see if there's anything that says what the creature is. But I am pilfering those notes. And yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What languages do you speak?
Klingon.
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, and Sylvan.
Okay. There are notes that you cannot, that seem to be written in another language that you're not able to determine.
Okay.
You do know, you do see an illustration of what seems to be a large fish-like creature with a number of tentacles going off from it.
Something.
You see notes. Doesn't seem to be a name for it. Just as you're kind of glancing through it, you're seeing occasional notes here and there. Notes that the creature has communicated that there are far more. It seems to be one of a very large race. That if this race were to reach its goals, that it could represent an imminent threat to the universe. But that the likelihood of that is extremely rare because it's a fluke that it was ever able to. That basically it was acquired in the first place. There are notes around very powerful psychic energies from the creature that, in order to interact or conduct, basically, there are warnings that only the court wizard himself or somebody with express permission from him with appropriate wardings are allowed to enter this room.
Cool.
Or else or else risk immediate termination because of the mind control aspects emanating from this creature.
Okay. I'm taking the notes. That will be kind of put in the back pocket there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I stand there, lingered in front of that one for just a little bit, kind of thinking of the possibility, and then turn around and head back to the group and go through what I saw in the first room with the weird plasma monster thing, the memory drain, the tome, the notes.
Yeah, he recaps the slime monster with the memory drain, the physical exchange experiments for recovery with the potions and notes he took, the alcove that smells like brimstone with a set of black spurs on a cushion in front of it, and a Pegasus behind a magical force behind it.
Immediately grab Stoic's arm when I hear about a Pegasus.
And the hallway going downstairs, so assuming you disclose that with the notes, relevant notes.
Yep.
Could I see the notes from the second room?
Yeah, you go.
Thanks.
Okay.
I don't want to spend any more time in here than I have to, and the longer we're in here, the more this smell is kicking into high gear. So.
Are you taking time to read the notes on the two potions he took? That's the ones you were asking?
The second room I was just interested in, so whatever he's got.
So are you reading the notes real quick?
Sure.
Okay. The first potion. As you read through it, it basically gives you, it conveys that it exchanges the subject's dexterity for powerful healing.
Okay.
Reading through it with your knowledge of magic, like, it's going to be, you don't know exactly what it means, but except that it's very powerful magic.
I wanted to hear if it sounded similar to anything I...
No, this is like brand new.
Okay.
This is like a new concept they're coming up with. And it's that he's coming up with, I guess.
Yeah.
And because it's alpha stage, like this is like first iterations. It's essentially high benefit.
No scripts.
It's essentially very high benefit, high cost.
Yeah.
They have not fine-tuned the end goal. They've just proven a link.
Okay.
So it's essentially really powerful healing at a high cost. So it's to apparently...
Are there various costs that I'm saying, or is it strictly...
Yeah, so that's the first potion.
Okay.
The second potion is similar. It's powerful healing, but causes high exhaustion.
Okay.
So that's just the two potions that were completed from that experiment table.
While you guys are doing that, I'm just rearranging the dead man and giving him last rites and putting little flowers, just straightening him up, putting little flowers on him, and like just whispering sweetly to him about how I hope he's in a better place and all of that.
Okay. I am going to message you the technical stats of how it works. Each one of those.
Down the hatch. Who's ready? Who's ready?
I say you train my decks. I don't know that.
You took my intelligence. I need my dex.
I've heard that a couple of times. It's fine.
I see what she's doing over there, and I'm kind of taking from you. She doesn't seem like Aedrys' type.
I don't think Aedrys has a type. She collects.
We were gonna get the job done. So the fourth room's notes were a language I didn't understand, right?
Parts of it.
Parts of it were.
I don't think anybody speaks that language. I'll double check while you're talking.
How's the ring for?
So long as you can see it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's once a day. You basically pick 2 languages that you want. So it's something that you've either heard or seen.
And you have to spend time to change the languages, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
every morning you have to change the languages.
I'm just keeping those. I'll keep those notes for now.
Yeah.
Well, very much like to set the creatures free, but I think we're on a timeline. We've already taken a lot of time.
Yes.
Maybe that can come after.
Yeah.
I want to start looking for what looks to be our way out of this space.
Okay.
Or if I get the vibe of the way to leave.
Yeah, there are a couple of doors into this space, but there's one in particular that you feel more compelled to go through, with a sign in front of it that says the Chrysalis.
I don't love that.
Mm-mm.
I want to check the door for traps.
It's not trapped.
Cool. Is it locked?
No.
Cool.
Ready for it?
Let's go.
I'm gonna very gently open this door.
Okay. So, you move into through the door, and the first thing you run into is a room that seems to be a library, but it's, you just get the impression it's different than the libraries plural that it was talking about earlier. This is kind of isolated. There's no other there's one door you can see kind of at the far end of the room, but it's a smaller library. With it's smaller, but there are 2 stories with, like, some ladders, or stairs on either side, kind of going up to the balcony area that reaches another set of books. And as you assume are walking through it, you see very clearly labeled categories. You see some of them bigger than others. Things like psychic magics, psionics, studies of the mind. You see a section on religious magics. You see sections for each of the wizard schools of magic. You see warlocks and relational magics. You see sorcerers and internal magic. You see druids and natural magic. You see artificing. You see a section just labeled other magics. And then you see a section, a small section named lost magics.
I don't fuck with magic. So I'm already heading to the other door. Because I
Being
can't,
honest.
yeah. I'm like, no, we can't stop, we can't look at this shit, but I know they do.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just gonna go to the other door and just check the safety of the door, check the traps, do that, hoping very much that they follow close behind and don't get distracted.
Okay. So roll investigation check on that store. Anybody else do anything or looking at anything in particular?
Other Lost, those are
Okay.
pretty good titles.
Taking a brief look at the other magics section, you see a few books, like other magics just seems to be mostly stuff you've never heard of. You see ancestral magics of the Nori, which you know the Nori to be a race of humans up in Northfire, but never heard of ancestral magics. Far magics of the unknown realms, chronomancy, gravimancy, hemomancy, spirit magic. In the lost magics section, you see long-range teleportation, planar travel, spirit binding, runecraft, and a lot of other books that are in different languages that you're not able to discern. There does not appear to be any traps on the door.
I was also interested in the lost and other magics. Yeah, teleport. That's very
Alright, I'll take the
interesting.
other one.
Okay.
The other.
Okay. So
You got lost.
Taking books.
taking books?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not a learned gal. I didn't know, you know, I know my stuff.
I don't know what I don't know.
It's not cool. I don't know.
Anything happen when they pick up the books?
Not that you notice.
I smile.
All I know is every time you pick something up,
Which doesn't
he
happen
starts
too often.
typing, which either means he's keeping notes or he's like, well, then this shit starts going down. There's 14 silent alerts that have dropped in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, we've already set them off, so at this point, you know,
We've touched everything we've come across.
we've touched
so-
everything.
Not on purpose. I was compelled. Itchy Palms told me to. But I've touched them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Same thing.
I mean, if this place doesn't self-destruct after we take care of Arizea, we are rolling through it. So,
Sarah, the other thing that you notice about the door on the other side is another sign that says cocoons.
I don't like that either. We are getting further chrysalis and cocoons. I don't like this. We are getting further and further trapped inwards.
Okay. So you guys moving on?
Yeah, I'm aware. Believe me, when he said chrysalis, I was like, okay, butterflies. I don't like where this is going.
This feels like the right way then, right?
yeah, probably heading in the
Yes.
right direction.
A sketchy person who didn't like us in the first place, who fucked with us, said, "Don't worry, I'll make sure you get there safe." Directly into butterfly territory.
What did you think we were getting into?
I'm starting to panic that this is a big trap.
It probably is.
Yeah, it is.
We're gonna get through it.
But I have seen the outcome of these.
You got any more cookies?
No, those are the only ones I've made today.
Okay.
Later.
They were very good.
I'm gonna
They were
gently open this door.
The only other thing I can do would take an hour, so
Yeah. We're spending an hour or more.
we've spent a lot of time.
Yeah. Slowly open the door then.
Okay. You open out into what looks like a kind of platform area in a vast cavernous space, and this kind of semicircular platform that you walk out onto has 4 pathways in front of you, and each of them with a sign like kind of inlaid into the ground at each one that just says Cocoon 1, 1 through 4, 5 through 8, etc. You then see, like, basically there are 2 of each of these pathways that kind of curve down, and 2 that kind of curve up. And what you see is just kind of suspended in this cavernous space, these white, large white spheres, where the pathways just lead up into doorways set into the spheres going into them. After taking this in for a moment, you kind of get the impression that the 5 to 8 is probably the one you want.
Am I recalling anything from our dreams with the twins right now? Like visually?
Not this, no.
Start directing us towards factory.
Okay.
Keep my eyes peeled. If there's any movement around us.
Anxiety has us on like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Nope.
Uh, 29.
Okay. 29. Jeez. Okay.
So what's yours again? Plus.
10.
I actually should have rolled.
Yeah, you're gonna 1 point better.
You have 13.
Oh man,
Wow.
you used to be 11.
Yeah, because I got when I leveled up,
Okay.
I bumped up.
Okay.
Plus, I also now have expertise in it, so like I can't roll below a 10 with it.
Okay.
We're still so good.
Yeah.
So, looking around, there is no visible. It's interesting. There seems to be a sort of ambient, kind of purplish blue light in this area. And looking down, you cannot see a visible, like, floor down in this space. Just seems to go on forever. So, probably don't want to fall off.
Yeah, fair, I'll say that.
So, but you don't see anything else immediately moving or indicating any sort of threat or anything like that. So, as you kind of move up in, you take the path for 5 through 8, which kind of winds and then curves upward slightly in this kind of upward ramp up into one of the left or right. I mean, it goes to the top right area where there's like a set of these spheres, kind of going back. So you walk up the ramp, making your way up there, and you see the doorway, and there is no door. And so you just walk in, and inside you walk in, and there is kind of a circular space in there. In the middle is just sort of just kind of an open circular space with maybe some circular designs. Nothing that seems to be language or runes or anything that indicates anything, but just design. Just kind of a smooth, minimal design. And branching off from this, you see kind of short pathways leading to what look like cell doors. Each of them with similar pedestals with the tomes in front of each of them.
Are the cell doors like bars? Just like solid doors? Nothing to look inside of them?
No, they seem to have, they seem to be like solid doors. Looking at them, it kind of looks metal, but it doesn't look quite like metal you've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be of a substance you're not exactly familiar with. They do have viewports with that same kind of shimmer that you saw in the Pegasus chamber. That allows you to see through it, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Some sort of magical force.
Take a look.
No, absolutely, I do not want to take a look.
Should we take a look?
Just like standing in the hallway, like really uncomfortable and like really paranoid.
How many doors?
It looks like 8, so
8.
4 on each side.
You want to take a side?
Okay.
I'll take a side. And I guess look.
I'm gonna stealthily do that as well.
How tall are the holes?
I think,
Yeah.
I think,
I'm pretty short.
I think Stoic will go with you and Anthros will go with you.
Okay.
I'll stay back with you. Since
I think Anthros would say, yeah, I think we should take a look. And
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't
You're fine.
have to.
We'll watch over everyone to make sure no one surprises us.
okay. So, starting on the left, you reach. So, looking at the four, it looks like two of them are empty, and two of them are empty but have like tomes in front of them. So you get the impression like, yeah, two of them are empty and have no tomes in front of them. The other two, looking through the doorway, you don't see anybody inside, but you see tomes.
Okay.
As the two of you open it and look, you see on the first one, name, Vander Rixa, race, elf, status, terminated, subject successful, sent on mission as part of arrangement to Garandia.
It's the twins. One of the twins.
That's one of the twins.
Rixa twins.
Mm-hmm.
Xander was the brother.
The other name that you see, this was Subject 37. Subject 38, Belladonna Rixa. Race, elf, status terminated. Subject successful, sent on mission as part of arrangement to Garandia.
Is that in the same tome? Or is that two different
No,
tomes?
two different
Okay.
chambers. On your side,
Uh-huh.
you see three empty chambers and one that says that is empty. It says name Igra, race half Air Genasi, half human, status assumed terminated, subject successful, sent for naval patrols along the coast of Garen, ship disappeared and assumed destroyed or lost.
When easy boat ship.
Notes for further subjects, or for future subjects. New techniques successful in use of artificing techniques that support mental influence. Bound to the weapon, the subject dubbed Reaver, which rendered her immune to the influences of empathy.
Wow.
You read this, and it occurs to you that Bear had attuned to her sword.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't, you had noticed some differences in how he was behaving, but you weren't sure exactly what was going on with him. But you realize essentially binding to this sword was slowly making him a sociopath.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Did you tell Jed? Did he know? Oh gosh.
Were those things you were making him roll sometimes?
It was a note I had given him. It was just
Yeah.
something he was expected to carry out once he attuned to it. It explained some of the fighting he did with you guys.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes me very sad.
It really, me too. Like so much.
That's
me
my
too.
boy.
Oh, it's my brother.
Yeah.
So, anything else you'd like to do before you move on?
Not the teddy bear.
Yeah. Nothing else. No, nothing else in these rooms. Like, I'll go ahead and.
No,
peek
I
through
mean, you see, looking inside, you see a pretty standard, like there is a very uncomfortable looking cot, like a bucket, for,
Yep.
very, very simple, like accommodations, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's a very rough situation they're in.
Yep. No, let's just keep going.
I just look at you. Nothing here.
I've just been holding your hand.
I've been very grateful for it, even though I have to kind of like really. I mean, I'm not that tall, but even still, just like drop my shoulders so I can have a comfortable hang. So you're not to have a little bit more elevation in your arm.
I mean, I think Stoic would tell you. Maybe wouldn't. I just feel like he would.
I'll let him decide if he's going to tell me.
Yeah.
I think he would. I'm gonna assume he's like telling, basically relaying what's happening here.
Yeah. You feel like a tight squeeze on your hand when I hear about the Rixa twins.
Okay.
And Empress says this is very surreal. It's like the past coming back to haunt us. All right, should we move on?
Yeah. Let's.
Renee, to catch you up real quick, Belladonna and Vander Rixa were two of the big bads from the first arc of the campaign.
Okay.
And we didn't
I
find
can
out.
catch you up on more later, but
Yeah, we'll tell you the details about it.
moving on, you cross out the doorway, crossing a short connecting walkway between this kind of sphere and another one. And so you enter in, which seems to be the same layout, like the same kind of replicated layout. So again, assuming you guys check out the rooms here.
Mm-hmm.
So you and Stoic see an empty room again. Name, Ethlin. Race, human. Status, terminated. Subject, successful, sent to draw out rebels.
Mm-hmm.
Spider.
Notes for future
Crazy
development.
guy.
Yeah.
Notes for future development. Ethereal sand replication method successful, though at great detriment to mental performance. Iterate and refine. On your side, you see when you look through the door, a huge room. And inside, you see on the wall a giant chained to the wall, like looking at nothing and sort of mumbling. Just sort of like over and over, you just hear this deep voice kind of going, "We'll build the biggest ship, the biggest ever seen, big enough for us. We'll build the biggest ship, the biggest ever seen." He just repeats over and over and over. Name, Volca. Race, Hill Giant. Status, Phase 2. Subject completed, mental dismantling. Prepare for Phase 3, reprogramming. The rest of the chambers are empty.
Yeah. We've got a live one here, but yeah. Seems like they've already kind of broke him.
Going back through my memory of the dream where I got to watch Rixa get broken and brought back, did I get a sense once her mind was broken before they filled it that there was anything left in her to pull back?
It's hard to tell for sure. Maybe not from the dream specifically, but from the conversations with Lope. Lope. Just the conversations, and well, no, you never saw the notes from that he found.
Because he hit everything!
Yep. Yeah. Technically, you have it. You just don't know to look for it. So,
We should just turn
she recognizes Lope. She recognized that they were friends. Like, she seemed not completely lost, but lost in terms of like what she did and like manipulation of her desires and things like that, which you'd recall from the dream is the key. When he said he was trying to create the perfect slave, the problem with mind control spells is that it makes them sort of little more than zombies. Like, they will do exactly what you tell, but they have none of their own reasoning and cognition and the things that make them strong, like their strengths and, you know, their individual strengths. And so the perfect slave in his mind was one who retains all of that, but just genuinely wants what you want. And so the whole point of the Monarch program, aside from using dark fire to artificially make their powers, give them artificially augment their powers, is to go through an extremely complex process of making it so that their desires line up to whatever you tell them to do. And they will justify and reason however they need to, even if it's completely delusional, to line up whatever their desires are with what you are telling them to do. And so what you saw with Belladonna was an indication that she genuinely seemed to think that she was the good guy, even as she was doing horrible things, and that you were the bad guys. And so it's like there was something going on there. That's the problem. Is this is new magic, this is new stuff. Dark fire is not a substance anybody seems to have seen before, relatively recently in history, so there's a lot of unknowns in here. But it doesn't seem like the method itself seems to be that they're retaining something intentionally as the method of control to make them the most elite and most powerful people they can be. Because they're creative, they're problem solvers, they're smart, they're able to be everything they should be and more. It's just their desires have been jacked with. Okay. Moving on. You cross into a third chamber. And again, just to save time, I'll just narrate what you guys see here. Again, you see 2 more chambers with notes. Both of them, again, empty, but with notes, and the rest of them unoccupied. The first one, name Hartissa, race Azamar, status successful, deployed to infiltrate rebel operations. Notes, see notes on subject 170, though subject claims to have no knowledge of subject 170. And I guess I should have said there are subject numbers for each of these. Like it's listed as, subject 142, Hartissa. Name Hartissa.
You did, I think 37, 38.
Yeah.
I think I've been forgetting for the others, but that doesn't matter. There's a subject 142. On the other side, subject 161, which is an empty chamber, name Calliope, race half-elf, status missing, subject did not complete process, see note. Looking at the notes, and interestingly, I should say, above the tome here, you actually see kind of another little alcove with a paper, like a scroll, kind of suspended in this alcove. You see when you kind of turn the page and look at the notes, it says, subject was caught entering the keep. Claim to seek retaliation for subjects 37 and 38. Interrogation revealed strong association with the Queen of Winter and granted powers. Subject entered first phase, but disappeared before phase 1 could be completed. Upon escape, left behind only a scroll with writing that appears to be Sylvan but unreadable and untranslatable via translation magics. High-level identification reveals powerful magic hiding messages for any but perhaps an intended recipient. Strong Fey magic detected, traced back to the Winter Court. Speculated interference from the Queen of Winter.
The scroll is in the tome.
We hung
No,
out
like-
with her.
It's like in an alcove above, like where the tome and the
Message?
pedestal is.
Wait,
There's like an
I
alcove,
know her.
like
I know, like her
a
character,
tall
but I don't know
alcove,
the,
and
like,
and it's
sword
just
she
kind of
left
floating
us.
in the air.
Yeah, so we all went to the Feywild together, and then she
Yeah.
said, "I'll see you
She
later."
just said bye.
Was
Okay.
that on the right side of the room where I was walking?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna call you guys over there. Like, hey, take a look at this. This scroll.
What about it?
Is that the scroll that's hanging there is not the magic scroll that's got the secret Sylvan
The
language,
Sylvan?
right? That's the scroll that's.
You don't know. It just is there. You haven't opened the scroll or touched it.
Oh, okay.
These are the notes that
In
it's
the
talking
tome.
about. It says, upon escape, left behind only a scroll
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
writing, etc., etc.
There's a theory that this scroll might be a secret message for specific recipients.
It's pretty vague.
I grabbed Stoic and I opened the scroll.
All right. So, as you pick up the scroll, even though it's paper, it is ice cold. And it's a different quality of cold. It's hard to describe. It's not the cold that you felt in winter, and it's not the kind of cold that you feel when Aedrys does her thing. You didn't even know there was different kinds of cold.
Mine's minty, remember?
Yeah.
This one, like hers is even like a comforting, like a refreshing kind of cold.
This is some dry ice cold.
with an edge to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is something else. This is something dark, and mysterious. It's kind of discomforting, but you know, as you roll open the scroll, you see the Sylvan language in front of you begin to shift.
Oh shoot.
If you are reading this, I've failed. I made a deal with the Queen of Air and Darkness because she likes revenge stories. Arizea is powerful, so I don't know how far I'll get. Part of my deal was to leave behind something for you if I should fail. Speak the words here, and you will get that boon, and it will help you slay a particular wizard we all hate.
Aww. Oh, whatever it is, I'll read it.
You're gonna activate it?
Sure.
Okay. So,
Oh no, it only lasts.
you activate it, and the effects of this, as you feel that strange kind of cold start to seep through you, and you kind of hear just in the distance or like around you or something, like this kind of female voice just kind of go and you just get this weird sense of like amusement, and it's like malicious but also not ill-intentioned. It's just this weird mix of things from some alien kind of beyond
Female
creature.
rage, I understand.
Seep into you, and the effect of this is that you, if you are facing Arizea, have the Mage Slayer feat.
Oh, yes.
My fighter had that.
Yep.
Pull that up, and just have it up because it's not going to apply to anybody but him. But,
Yeah. Nice. It's pretty dope.
That's very cool.
Comparing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huge.
I would like you all to know that I had looked at the Mage Slayer feet like 4 times, and I was like, I don't need that.
Okay.
But it does mean I need to be nearby him.
Yeah.
And I'm a weak girl. I'm a weak little girl.
This. Now we have to pump you up before we get in there.
And pump you up.
That's right.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as you take a moment to realize, like, this connection back to your old friend and piecing together when you left her and she had followed the ferry from the the Court of Winter off, kind of connecting the dots that apparently she got some help after convincing the Queen of Winter to help her somehow. She tried, but apparently it was too much, and they tried to make her a monarch, but she managed to escape somehow, or was rescued, or something happened, but as part of that condition, she left behind you, anticipating you to be on this mission as well, or in case, maybe out of hope, left you that gift.
Lopi, I hope you're enjoying your bandana still wherever you are.
Okay, so moving on.
Yep.
You move on to the next sphere, number 8, cocoon number 8, theoretically. And again, you find 2 chambers in here that are both occupied. One of them, you looking into it, you see, at first you think it's just black, and then you you take a moment, and it takes your eyes a second to adjust long enough to see this nearly pitch dark room actually has a humanoid figure standing in the middle of the room with its back to you. Standing just almost perfectly still, with black clothes and a hood pulled up. Looking at the notes, if you choose to, you see name Aedrys, race Shadow Elf, which interestingly you've never heard of Shadow Elves before.
Mm-hmm.
Status Phase 3, subject completed reprogramming, ready to begin Phase 4 intensive skill integration. Above this one is another alcove with a black bow suspended in the alcove, and you see another note, that says weapon ready for attunement. Further notes to be added.
This is after reading that Reaver note, that's probably not going to be a good idea.
No, it's not.
Sarah's got some itchy palms, though.
Huh?
Sarah's got some itchy
Of course,
palms.
she's got those itchy palms.
We're just
got great
asking for a
weapons.
knife.
I know I was.
It probably lets you bamf all over the place or something weird like that.
I'm pretty sure you've already
cool.
got some trinkets that you got in that last room. You're okay. Did
I
you
didn't
get
get anything. I got an
Oh, you got
hourglass
hours, yeah.
that has
I
been
do.
dispelled.
Dispelled it.
I have an hourglass. That's what I've got.
That's right.
I've got a trinket now. Yeah, that's fine. What's the other one say? The other tome.
Okay. So the other one, that was subject 168, if you're keeping track. This is subject 170. Inside, as you look in...
Is that the one the Hartissa was
Yep.
things she didn't remember?
Yep.
Or was that 171?
Yeah.
Well, it's
170?
Yep.
Inside, you see a girl sitting inside cross-legged. Probably mid to late teens, maybe. Maybe 20s. Really, you look at it's kind of hard to tell. But she has pale skin with long, straight white hair and big eyes. She's sitting, staring at the wall with just this sort of serene look. And all throughout her room are silver threads with many, you see, seemingly woven into incredibly intricate patterns, but none of them finished. Like, she starts but never finishes any of these designs or whatever it is she's trying to make. In the notes, and these are the longest notes you see out of the people you've seen so far. Name unknown, race unknown, Status halted. Reevaluation of methods and further study needed. Then you see a variety of notes. Subject was acquired after appearing in the keep seeking subject 142. Subject was disoriented and rambled about burning, describing a fire matching the description of dark fire, and an individual that used it to burn everything, quote unquote. Subject shows abnormal responses to routine procedures. Subject appears human but does not match known biomarkers for humanity. Subject is able to communicate and demonstrates fluency in every language known. Subject responds to pain, and mental decline is evident, but not in expected manners. Unlike all other subjects, known procedures do not cause the same mental amiability to influence. Extended efforts do not produce mental dismantling required for the next phase, but nor does the subject resist. It seems the subject continues to destabilize without ever breaking. Subject demonstrates unusual powers that are not fully understood even with study. Magic is sometimes evident, though not of a known type. Displayed powers seem almost natural rather than magical. Subject regularly creates garments and other constructions, though no thread is ever provided to her, and is never seen manufacturing it. It happens even with the cocoon's anti-magic fields activated. Subject displays mild behavior and pleasant speech, seemingly willing to please, though not always able to understand basic communications, likely due to Phase 1 and 2 efforts. Curiously, although it clearly reacts to suffering of various types, no efforts are able to produce an aggressive response, even in scenarios artificially constructed to give the illusion of opportunity for escape if its unusual powers were demonstrated. Instead, it merely demonstrates confusion at acts of violence done upon it, no matter how severe.
Does she look like
Does she look
our
familiar?
dream? Or any, like, does she look like the woman from my dreams?
The woman from your dreams?
The white woman with the white hair.
Yeah, from the original dream from way back at the beginning of the
The
show.
woman with the wizard?
Yeah.
No, that one had like blonde. It was light blonde
Yeah.
hair. This
Does
is
she
like
look like-
white.
Does she look like
Another
Eddie?
person that we know with white blonde hair?
She doesn't look familiar at all.
You
does
have
she?
not seen this person before.
Does she look like so none of us recognize her as somebody we've seen before?
Mm-mm.
The way that the threads are woven,
Mhm.
does it look web-like?
In parts.
Adandra?
How was the Dondra described to us?
She wasn't. The world spider.
What?
That could explain a lot of why she's got degrading mental capacities, and it could be the world spider in physical form. Explain
Listen,
a
you
lot.
know this being way more than I do.
I don't.
Yeah,
I was given the name from the Astral Raven, and that's about it. I'm actually just gonna whisper in the door. What's she doing first? What's she doing?
She is just sitting there cross-legged with like kind of a serene look, kind of staring at the wall.
Facing towards us or away from
No,
us?
just sort of to the side.
Okay.
Like if the door's right here, she's just kind of looking at the wall.
I whisper Adandra.
You don't see any reaction.
Okay.
You don't even know if she heard you.
Could also be the magical field around the door. I mean, could explain a lot. She's missing.
What else did it say about 142? Her name was
Unknown.
no. 142 was
142
Hartissa.
That's the one we fought.
Yeah. Spider Lady.
Yeah.
That was Spider Lady?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's Spider Lady.
That was the one
fought in
we.
the forest.
That was the one that.
That's one in the
oh.
Ribble encampment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
And that
assuming
she
they're
had been
just linking
that she'd been
each of them
deployed and
because
she
of
had been
the
terminated
webs,
because when
but
she
nothing more than that.
Yeah, that's what does she look anything like Artissa in physical feature? Like no, like they might be sisters or they might be related or anything like. They just look
No.
completely different. Okay.
No, not at all.
I mean, I don't know what to do with this.
Do we have to do anything with it right now?
Probably not.
Okay.
Does there appear at any of these stations to be a way to like open it?
I mean, you can try.
There's not like a button.
Big red button.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big red button.
Push
No,
here to
there's
open.
there's a door. There's a latch on the outside of the door.
Want to set it free?
You do you. You do you.
You don't have to. You do not have to explain anything to us.
Yeah.
The rule.
Look,
The
we have
folly
all-
the folly have
Yes.
all done something
Yeah.
purely on impulse.
Uh-huh. If you want to be initiated into this group, this is what you do.
Follow your bliss.
At the expense of us.
Yeah,
It's okay. I have really sketchy healing potions. That's fine.
Yeah, just walk up and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna see, can I see her? If I go up to it, can I see, is it,
Yeah, you can see through.
am I
the-
tall enough to see through?
Oh yeah, no, good point. Probably not.
I'm 3'2".
Yeah, good point.
I'm short.
Do you want the boost?
Ask.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I get one knee up so you
Yeah, I
understand.
got the other.
Okay, we'll poke up over the ceiling.
Does she look familiar to you?
Yeah, does she look like anyone I've ever heard of?
When he says Adondra, you've heard of Adondra.
Yeah, I know
but
Adondra,
You don't know
but I don't-
this
never met
person
her.
in front of you. No.
Yeah. I think we should let her out.
I mean, the notes say that she's even with opportunity to leave, she hasn't yet.
Might be okay to open the door if she's not gonna.
Just give her the opportunity. It should. I'm gonna reach for it. I'm gonna try and open the door.
Okay. You reach and try to open it, and it doesn't open. Touching it and being close to it, you get the impression there's some sort of a magical nature to this. So you could try to dispel it. If you
Yeah, I'm
want.
gonna try and dispel it.
Okay. All right, go ahead and roll for it.
Yeah, I would
Here's for the chaos.
assume I need to roll high, even if I cast it at 5th level. So I'm just gonna cast it at 4th.
Okay.
Oh wait, is it 3rd? Yeah, 3rd level.
The base level, yeah.
And I have my star bloom, and I rolled a 19 on it, so I'm gonna take that 19,
Okay.
and I think it's plus my spell casting, which is my modifier is a +4, so 23.
23.
Because this feels important to me.
Okay.
That will be enough to overcome the 7th level.
Oh my.
Woo! Blocking this, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, as you dispel the magic on the door, you reach and unhook the latch and open it. What do you do?
I think I just open the door and I say softly inside, "We're gonna deal with them, but you're free to go."
You see her head kind of tilt and... Hi.
Hi. It's alright. Abuelita's here. We'll come back. But I'm gonna leave this door open. That way you know if you need to, you can leave.
Why would I want to leave?
It's a great question.
Why do you want to stay?
I don't know if I want to stay.
What do you want?
Have you seen Artissa?
Not
I'd like to speak with Artissa.
Why?
I know her.
From where?
I don't know from where.
How do you know her?
How do I know her?
Did she just repeat that from me, or is that just a happenstance? Okay, that's not creepy at all.
Have you seen her?
not recently.
It's been a few days.
How long is a day again?
The full rotation of the sun from the top to the bottom.
That's right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to ask her about it?
Where is she?
Unknown, unsure.
I need her help.
To do what?
It's burning.
What's burning?
Everything. And that's the first time she looks at you.
I don't like it.
What's your name?
I probably have a name. It seems like something that somebody would have.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably have one. What do you think my name is?
Adandra?
Do we know that you cast a spell?
That's a pretty name.
That I cast the dispel on the door.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure Matt
Yeah,
was
yeah,
in
you-
here.
you-
'Cause I
yeah, you
thought-
said I
I thought
cast
I
it.
heard him say something.
I think the
magical.
room doesn't let
Okay,
any
okay.
magic inside.
Well, the notes say, like, when anti-magic fields are activated.
Yeah.
You don't know if they're activated now or not.
Right.
Like, it's, you don't know what's going on. But it does seem to be activatable. That's a pretty name.
It is a pretty name.
Do you recognize it?
I'm not sure.
Cast read
I'm not so good with names anymore.
I'm a little nervous for you.
Yeah.
So you cast Read Thoughts. So first of all, the rest of you see her suddenly just kind of like kind of zone out suddenly. You are lost. You see people you've never seen before, rapid fire. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason. You see places. You see events. You see kings and peasants. You see wizards. You see animals like nesting in trees. You see, beavers building dams. You see rivers like slowly getting redirected, then flooding and wiping out a village. You see earthquakes and tornadoes in different parts of the world. You see another ruler oppressing a people, and then a volcano erupts and wipes out everyone. You see just an endless chaos of visions, people, and things. And you are lost in these visions. There is no control, there is no thought. It is an onslaught of things happening.
The minute she goes like catatonic, I like grab her and like wrap her up in my arm And I just start like shaking her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anything?
You see, as this onslaught of imagery is just bombarding you, you start seeing in this rapid fire, in like little parts of each of these things, maybe in the pinky finger of a person, or the edge of their hair, or at the base of a mountain, or kind of weaving through a stream, or throughout all these events, all these people, all these places, all these animals, just little bits starting to increase as the visions continue. Little bits and threads and indications of dark fire consuming and growing. And it is the most overwhelmingly fearful, horrific thing, far more than you thought was possible for a mind to experience. This dark fire is not what you've seen before. What you are seeing right now is just the implications of it. And it threatens to undo you. Until a touch and a movement jerks you out of it, and you find yourself in Asura's arms.
I don't want to be there anymore.
I just immediately am like holding onto your face, like, you're here with
I'm
me.
crying.
And I'm just like wiping. I'm like, you're here with me. You're right here. We're where we started. We're right here.
I shouldn't have done that.
No, you shouldn't have.
What happened? Aedrys says.
I don't know. Her mind is she's been around for forever. I don't know. Everything all at once was a fire. It consumed me. It's consuming her.
Okay. As though it had already happened, or it has not happened yet.
It felt like both.
Okay.
Abuela, something about this sounds kind of familiar to you. From a dream you had.
So I'm so sorry. That was a horrible noise.
A dream I had when I was looking in the stars. Does it seem important to right now?
It seems related.
Okay.
It's up to you as to whether you want to talk about it right now or not.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait. We should keep going.
Can you get you to drink a little bit of water?
Maybe we should close the door.
I don't think she's the cause of what you're fearing. The one we're after is the cause. And we have...
Well, she's the one who went into her mind. Why wouldn't she be the one who's causing this reaction?
I think that she experienced something that the woman in there has just seeing and feeling. If you expand your mind into someone who you can't comprehend and who is a little bit lost and broken themselves, you're going to get lost and broken inside of there. Someone else's mind is not always a safe place to be.
I know you're new here, but these empty cells with names, we've seen them and we know what they can do. And from where I'm standing, she's no different than them. I'm gonna walk away, and if you have water,
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk over with you and get you some water, wipe your face down a little bit so you're not quite so.
Sarek has not taken his eyes off of you since you came back. Just, I don't know if you have ever looked, but he has got a look of fear on his face. He's just watching you.
just kind of out of it.
I'm like weirdly just like trying to get you to breathe with me a little bit. Like Asura knows how anxiety feels, so she's like, I don't know what happened, but I know.
And breathing techniques.
But yeah, I know some breathing techniques, and I'm gonna make sure you've had some water, and I don't know what else I'm doing. Making it up as I go.
You can tell it's help.
Yeah. And I just look over at Stoic and Aedrys, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't have a decision to make here.
But as you calm me down, I will attempt to relay some pieces or whatever, I don't know, some sort of understanding of what I saw, but I feel like it would be pretty bad.
I get that. Her document says that the status of her progress is halted right now. So she is not completed. And it seems that she has had opposite and adverse effects on everything they've tried to do. And she's also not tried to escape when she's had opportunity to. I get wanting to keep an open door. Because, believe me, I know we all know how dangerous people who have been set out into the world can be. And yet you believe we should keep the door open.
I do. But not for a specific reason, it's just a feeling. And I think she deserves the choice.
Still was here. You'd be on my side.
Still gets here. I say still get here. I mean, Danny.
Call him Danny.
Danny, what would you choose?
That door is what separates that thing from you, from Sarek, from Stoic, and there's some people that I care about.
She is not a thing. None of them are. And what is done to them is not of their choosing.
Emphasis, but I can attest that even though they might be victims does not make them incredibly dangerous or less dangerous.
Everybody else is out of the room, right?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, we've been out
Yeah.
all week.
I close the door.
I'm standing in the doorway.
Oh, fine.
Huh?
Close her in. Have fun.
So are you in the door or in the
Next
doorway?
I'm in the doorway.
All right.
So I'm in the threshold.
Please move.
The door's not gonna lock. I already dispelled it.
I'll figure something out. This is what's gonna make her feel safe.
Alright.
Thank you. And I close it and I
Goodbye.
I'll see you later.
I hope so.
remind me, are these just there's
I'm gonna
no
leave one of my rations in there.
there's no locking mechanism on this door or anything, right?
No.
It's just the is there
It's the latch and the magic that was holding it in place.
I'm gonna put the latch back up and I'm gonna attempt to break the latch.
So that doesn't work at all?
Yep.
But then it doesn't work at all. Which
It'll
means
just
it's not
swing.
locked anymore, which means it can
That's
just
what-
swing
put
open.
No, put it back into place.
Yes.
And pull the lever off, like the whatever the.
Okay. Are you just trying to rip it off, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think there's a lot. Guys, I don't think there's a lot of sense going through Sarah's head right now. Let me go ahead and be clear about
Okay,
that.
I'm just saying.
He sees someone he cares about who is freaked out, and he's like, "This is gonna make her feel safe." Okay.
I'm going to say you try,
Uh huh. I'm okay by this.
and it is, you open it, but you don't even get the sense of give that you get from like a metal door.
Yeah.
Like it seems like, again, this material, you get the impression whatever this material is probably used specifically because it's extremely difficult to break.
Yep.
To hold these extremely powerful people in place, it's probably got to be really unusual stuff.
Yeah.
Because they are trained to be powerful, made to be powerful
Yep.
creatures. So, yeah, definitely probably not going to be able to pull this off.
Oh, that's very fair. Yeah. Doesn't keep me from trying.
So I didn't have you roll, because even a natural 20 wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't do it.
That's totally fair.
Whatever, it's dispelled. It's what it is.
Sarek, you can fight with doors, or you can fight an evil wizard.
Let's go then.
All right.
So I'm just gonna look at you like, sorry, but also kind of not sorry.
I look like I'm unbothered.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going through the next door, like just moving forward.
Sarek, you motherfucker.
Unless somebody's gonna stop me, I'm pushing forward.
Grab you by the throat.
Are you actually doing
Yes.
it? Okay. We gotta go.
Yes, and we're gonna be smart about it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna head out first and check that
Okay.
our next passageway is safe and not trapped.
So, as you move to go through, head towards the door on the other side of the chamber, the 5 of you, not you, feel almost a tug on your mind, like something very familiar. Like you can totally resist it if you want, but do you?
Something familiar good or familiar bad?
Good.
I'm not gonna resist.
Okay.
If it's positive, if it's a good
good,
feeling,
I'm in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not? If
Okay.
it's familiar, sure.
Abuela, you see the group suddenly stop in place for a second as Aedrys says, oh, hold on one second. And I apologize since you're not part of this, but the rest of you feel that tug, and as you release, your vision shifts. And it's suddenly dark, but you hear Aedrys' voice.
Oh.
He says, they're almost out of time, and they need to know that. And however this goes, whatever happens, they need to see. Show them. Then you hear voices like a distance away, kind of echoing strangely. And you hear a voice still kind of a little ways away, and you hear one of them say, "Why are the lanterns out? Light them quickly." Lights slowly start to illuminate and illustrate a large throne room with, immense red banners of the symbol of Lyrandil on them. You realize Aedrys, the dark form of Aedrys, is crouched against a wall up in a alcove, or just like basically up on the ceiling with one hand up, holding him in place, kind of crouched against the wall, up in the ceiling of this vast throne room. As these figures, and you kind of hear the faint sound of some sort of wings flapping from around your point of view, that's like close to him, that you're seeing through the eyes of something. Um, below, you see a group walking towards the gray throne. One of them is saying, "Our king, the rebels are fighting in the courtyard. The Goliath is putting up a fierce fight, but we're retrieving more creatures from the pens." And the king says, "Can they get through?" And he said, "We'll hold them, Our Majesty." He says as Morthag walks up and takes his throne. Aedrys drops. Little more than a shadow descending from the dark ceiling of this partially lit throne room, putting a hand out and slowing himself at the last second to slowly touch down on the stone. The soldiers who were surrounding and escorting the people's king suddenly turn. "Assassin! Formation! Protect the people's king!" In the dark, they didn't notice the glyphs drawn ever so faintly on the stone below their feet. And it takes them a moment to realize the boots of their plate armor heating up and turning orange with heat. They begin to cry out in pain, and in their panic they try to rip off their boots, and it takes another moment to realize the heat is spreading up their armor. A chorus of screams resonating through the throne room as the crown guard is cooked alive in their armor. The cloaked figure of Aedrys moves forward, stepping amidst the smoking husks of the guard. Another figure steps forward in the robes of a war mage, but with the markings of a higher ranking. With quick gestures, the mage begins firing rapid-fire spells. Fire, lightning, psychic energy, rocks, water. Aedrys moves incredibly fast, but the onslaught is overwhelming, and finally, a massive lightning bolt catches him. His body arcs, his body smoking and burning away under the force of the lightning, and then gone. With the briefest of shimmers, the mage's eyes narrow, but then he jerks forward, his eyes falling to the blade protruding from his chest. The horror of realization coming over him, the realization of the illusion he had been fighting this whole time.
Let's go. Oh my
Now
God.
run through by the real Aedrys behind him. Aedrys lets the body fall off the blade smoothly, without a look, as he turns to the one figure left in the room, Morthag. Morthag regards him calmly from his throne as he is at this point stood up and says, "From the demonstration of such skill, I can only assume that you are the White Death. Do we finally meet?" Aedrys says, "Your people call me that, but my name is Aedrys Tavalon." Morthag's eyes narrow and then, seeming a little recognition, and says, "If I recall, you're the lost son." And he says, "I was never lost. But now, thanks to you, my parents are. My friends from my childhood are. Highwind and its peace, its prosperity, its happiness, they are all lost, but not me. I am here." Morthag says, "Here? You stand amidst a broken cause. You slaughter these people, but your movement is dead. But it was an abomination to begin with. Did you think of yourself as a revolutionary? You know nothing of revolution. Your parents were part of the problem. No one gains wealth without being evil." Aedrys says, "Funny how such things seem evil until you're the one who has it. I don't see you wearing rags that your people wear in the streets." He says, "The people chose me. They chose to follow me. I did not make them." And he says, but you did choose to kill them, to brainwash them, to torture anyone who would dare question you, to give them just enough to survive, yet forbid them to live, to take control of everything so that they were all dependent on you. There are plenty of bad people in this world who are rich, but there are far more evil things than that. Now what will you do when there are no more people left to send to fight your battles for you? Morthag takes a moment and slowly repeats, fighting my battles for me. Yes, I agree, that's been a problem. I will never forgive you for what you've done to our nation, but personally, I'll thank you. We saw revolution in blood and fire, and it was not so long ago that I was in your shoes, holding the sword and confronting those in power. But after we won, when the celebrations had faded, when the last holdouts of the old regimes were stamped out, then there was only rule. And I found myself in a slowly growing gloom, a darkness, an emptiness. I am a man of action, not a man of politics and power games and logistics. And then here comes the White Death. Came along and saw success when no one else had succeeded. My wizard could not find him, my general could not defeat him, my greatest judge could not see justice upon him. The White Death was a true threat. And in the face of that threat, I realized I needed to learn new ways to fight an enemy that could show up in any shadow. Secret ways. He pulls out a small book from his belt. And in a blink, and a gesture, a chunk of stone rips from a nearby column and hits Aedrys. Thankfully, imperfectly, as Aedrys manages to narrowly dodge and only takes some of the brunt of this massive stone that prevents from utterly crushing him. But then Aedrys is lifted up into the air and slammed back down, and you hear bones snap. A number of blades suddenly appear in the air around him and begin cutting him as he suddenly disappears in a puff of mist and reappears. Nearby and leaps at the king, a column of water suddenly erupting in the air around the king, and slamming into Morthag, into his back and shoving him forward as Aedrys uses the momentum of that column of water to shove a knife into his stomach. Morthag grunts but waves his hand, and Aedrys goes flying back and slams into the wall. The two exchange a blinding flurry of spells and blows. Morthag keeping the upper hand narrowly, but Aedrys demonstrating stunning speed and agility, immense power of his own. Aedrys reaching down to take potion after potion from his belt, trying to stay ahead of his injuries, until he reaches down and there's no more potions to take. And then Morthag, getting increasingly frustrated at Aedrys' refusal to die by so many powerful spells, yells out, "Enough!" He points his finger, and a beam of black particles streams forward. One you've seen before, but more powerful. Aedrys stops moving and puts his hand out. This is what he's been waiting for. The beam strikes Aedrys' hand, and Aedrys closes his fist, the black energy going into it. And Morthag's eyes widen in fear as Aedrys then points the finger back at him, propelling the beam back at Morthag, and lances through him. And the People's King is not as fast. The powerful disintegration spell hits him full in the chest, and he cries out in pain as armor and flesh alike disintegrate, leaving him barely alive, collapsed in a ravaged, disgusting heap. Aedrys limps forward, his cloak tattered and smoking, injuries all over him, and moves to stand over the half-disintegrated form of the People's King. Morthag, wheezing heavily, says, "I meant well. History will see that." Aedrys says, "History will see that you meant nothing." He leans down and stabs up under his neck into his skull, and you see a faint glow for just the briefest of moments before Morthag's eyes erupt in flames as Aedrys releases the knife and stands back as suddenly the whole head encompasses itself in flames as you see the body twitching and writhing in pain and then falling still. The People's King is dead. Aedrys stands there looking down at the corpse, trembling from his injuries. Corpses littered around the throne room, blood pooling around his feet, his own blood. And then he holds out a hand and snaps his fingers, and your view returns to you. You are almost out of time. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
You wanted the king to survive?
I at least wanted his armor. That was
So that disintegrate really ate at you.
it was
It ate at his armor too.
He was the coolest looking person in this game.
That's true. That is true. He's a nice
He
armor.
was such a look.
Yeah.
It was
That's
a
true.
vibe. It was a
my
vibe.
look. Could have been.
Love you so much.
You said it disintegrated. I was like,
The armor.
not the armor.
No. Oh gosh. Oh no. Whew.
Yep, you are running low of time.
Yep. It's time to go into a full sprint.
So,
Cool.
cool.
Yep.
Lively.
Lumpy!
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't she tell us?
There's lots of stuff coming up in this,
A situation that we're gonna suddenly learn about what was happening to us.
The Folly, this is your life.
I mean, Aedrys already pulled one from us when she was like, "BT Dubs, I was kind of the problem for y'all for a while,
Yep.
but I was also secretly giving you clues to help you."
well, from her perspective, she's like, look, maybe this girl is fine, but we don't know. Like,
Yeah, no.
I can attest to a good person being under the wrong influence and not being
Listen,
good.
I'm not. There's no judgment here.
Yeah.
There's no judgment here. Not from me.
Oh, yeah. That was an interesting experience.
I'm just trying really hard to be an adult right now, and it's proving to be ineffectual. I'm not good at it.
So, all right, well. So you guys have seen Chrysalis, where the monarchs are being made,
Huh?
I don't love that.
the laboratories, and lots of crazy things being developed by this extremely genius and powerful wizard.
Yep.
I don't love this.
Scary.
I don't
It's
love
not
this.
good. It's not pleasant.
So, we will come back next week. You guys continue trying to find and get to Arizea. And yeah, see how this goes. All right,
Oh, man.
we'll be back next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye bye.